My
Good evening, family.
sound.
Welcome to Bliss on the Spot. I'm Will Milton. We got Ricoh Scott. We got Coco, Sandy Paradise Lady, Carolyn Victorian, and
Hello.
special guests. We got Bravo Lafortune. Brahms?
Brahms. It's German.
Bravo Brahms. Lafortune. Well, he was in.
Who were you
All right,
live?
we wait for him to come back in. He probably
Mhm.
X'd
No, I said,
himself
were you
out by
live
accident.
We are live.
on Twitch
we
and
are.
everywhere?
So it's good to be back on the panel. We took the summertime off. So this is our relaunched show. And so I'm really excited about just doing this
Sorry about that.
on the spot. That's all right, Bravo. We got you back. You good?
I'm just trying to get sound to be louder on my phone because it's low.
Check out the volume on your
I did.
on your settings. Okay.
Sound good on this side.
Mhm.
I'm trying to see if there's something else.
Yeah, we got you loud and clear. So
Yeah, I got you guys low. I don't know why.
So while Bravo's, working that out, we just want to thank everyone for coming out to Coney Island, man. That was
Yeah.
That was
that
fun.
That was
that
was
right
so
there.
fun.
We had a really good time, and just it felt good being around people,
Mm-hmm.
And by the water.
on
Yes.
the water.
Mm.
What did y'all think about 21st Street? Because that was like the first time we actually
I
did
liked
21st
it.
Street.
I really liked it.
It was nice.
Ooh, I
I thought
liked
it was really nice.
a lot.
It was kind of secluded but intimate. Really
Yeah.
intimate. I think if you were down there, you were meant to be down there. You weren't like just a
Mhm.
passerby. So
Yeah.
you were coming to get the energy.
And you kind of like you get a real idea of people who's actually coming to the event as opposed to people who's just stopping by
That's
who
what I mean.
goes to the boardwalk for other reasons. We knew that people who were there for that.
Right.
Mhm.
Mhm.
So,
Exactly.
but I just want to thank you all for really doing, what you do to, so that people had a great time. I know that for like several days, it's been on the news feed, that event. It just been
Mhm.
really, circulating. So thank you all.
Every day.
Mhm.
And hopefully we'll find a spot, we'll find a venue, that we could actually, bring Bliss NYC, into the community. The virtual stuff is good. I always say it's something versus nothing,
Mhm.
So,
True.
but yeah. All right, so yeah, again, we got Bravo as our special guest. We're just waiting for him to set things up. All right. So Rico, how was your summer?
Isolated.
Huh?
Isolated?
Oh,
Yes, very much in my solitude.
Okay.
I didn't come out. Until till Coney Island. That was really my first time coming out. Really,
Yeah.
wow. Didn't realize
since
that.
we closed in March of 2020.
I'm in.
Yeah.
So it was almost a year and 7 to 8 months.
Yeah. What was it like? Because I know when I first came out, that first time, I didn't know how to act. Like I didn't know how to be around.
I didn't know how to act either, but fortunately, because of certain changes in my identity, people didn't know who I was. So they didn't immediately approach me.
That happened
I
to me
didn't
at Fort Greene.
I didn't get the bum rush, huh?
That happened to me in Fort Greene. I'm like, yo, what's up? They're like, didn't realize that it was me. They're like,
Yeah.
who's this dude? Who's this joker?
Uh-huh.
But yeah.
So I didn't get the bum rush that I anticipated because a lot of people, it took them a minute before they knew it was me, either by way of talking to Sandy or Carolyn or you, they figured it out. But when I came in by myself, hardly anybody knew it was me.
That's because you had on that fabulous piece that belongs to me. That's why.
Oh,
Is
damn.
that what it was?
Oh.
Oh.
Is that what it was?
Only
I
family
did.
could talk like that.
Exactly.
You know, 'cause
And he came.
I must research that.
so
See,
Coco, how
okay.
was your summer? Coco,
Yes.
how was your summer?
I think the guest is ready.
It
I'm
No,
trying.
we good. We
It
just
was
going around. We're gonna keep it moving.
I
Don't
was
get
We're gonna get him
working.
warmed up.
stage fright. Don't get stage fright now. It's
We're gonna get him warmed
showtime.
up.
I'm here. Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah.
You did.
Oh wow.
Co-
You
Coco,
were
how was-
right. I needed the headphones.
Oh,
Yeah.
I
Yup.
think I need to get one too. I don't have one.
Oh, your does it too? Without the headphones, it's like real
No,
low.
I have a mic, but I don't have headphones. I need to get some.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. We can hook up. I'll give you one.
All right.
Yeah, there you go. All right.
All right. Before we begin, so again, family, we got special guest Bravo in the building joining us. How you feeling?
I'm thrilled. It feels like Thanksgiving, and they parents tell you you're gonna meet a whole bunch of cousins you never meet and all that stuff. Yeah, man. I got like like people stuff. I'm like, wow, because we all kind of like, I'm assuming, know other people, and we don't know each other. Because I don't know any of you, and we all got like 40 years in.
Exactly.
That's why they call it 6 degrees of separation.
Well, I believe you now.
Mm.
If I didn't believe it, I believe it because it's always because I do a lot of interviews now worldwide, and the kids ask me all kind of questions. I call them kids, but they're in their 30s, and they ask all kind of weird questions. Then they might not be weird, and I tell them, we hang out 45 years, and some of us don't even know each other till now.
True.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You hung out with a person in a room. They got a certain way they dress, a certain style,
Yeah.
but you're meeting people now like, oh, okay. Well, you know so and so? Get out of here. That's my man. Oh, that's my people.
That is so true.
So yeah, that's right. Other people's people.
So Bravo, we'll get
Yes.
into that in a little bit. So
Thank you.
you got it. You welcome. Now tell us about you. Like where you from originally, and how did music connect with you in the dance, the art?
I was born in Haiti, 1962. I came to New York in 1969. The train was 15 cents, by the way.
Mm.
Oh, that's a big deal because I have a hard time trying to figure, was that right? Is that possible? It was 15 cents. I know it. The reason why I remember that is because when it went up to 20 cents, my dad caught a fit. Lost his mind. Everybody lost their mind. He used to have us go over on Kingston Avenue and Eastern Parkway, line all the cousins up, give us money to buy tokens so he can stock up for the month. The Haitians have this band called Tabu Combo. They come from my town in Haiti. They used to take me to kindergarten. And when they got here, they started jamming over here. My older brother, who's 10 years older than me, was a monster dancer. He got that from my pops. And I watched those guys carry on. And when I was about 13, 14, then they dragged me over. So I was doing the Haitians way before I got to the Americans.
Nice.
All right.
Yeah. Well, let me give you the Americans. And then I watched a lot of master freestyle dancers from back in the 70s, 72, 73, 74, 75. And one particular gentleman who unfortunately passed away last Sunday, a gentleman by the name of Pierre Colas, he worked at Studio 54, and he was one of my dance idols. And everybody used to say, man, we can't take you to a house party. We actually can't take you anywhere. Because everybody said, that guy's got to go. We don't know what he's on. Something's wrong with him. Because I had all this energy. And they said, yeah, we're going to take you up where all the crazy people are. And they brought me over to Studio 54. I got there within an hour. Nobody was crazier than me.
What year was that?
81, 82.
Okay.
Yeah. And Mike Stone Productions, they had Studio 54. They came from Mellon's. So I just drop a whole bunch of names until we all start connecting, and then we find out we all really family. I hung out with the boy Jarvises, Oscar Fuller, Randy Flood, Jason Lode, rest in peace. That whole gang. And I started working at studio like 3 months after I started hanging out over there, because they were like, whoever this dude is, he needs to be here. He needs to be part of this crew. I actually got the name Bravo at Studio 54.
Who named you Bravo?
There was a gentleman by the name of Amar, fabulous dancer. He used to fuck up shop, tear up that joint. And all the guys I was hanging out with, the Haitian guys, they went to chase girls. I just went to bust moves. And they were like, yo, just stand right here, dance, and when them girls come asking you, send them to us. I was like, sure, no problem, you know. And they kept saying, yo, when you gonna go throw down over there? Because he had his own corner, huge circle, and he was just tearing everybody up. And he used to scream out, next. So you can hear next. And from being from Brooklyn, I watched some cats, because you can get beat up, stabbed, shot if you step into the wrong circle to bust some moves. God forbid if you're real good. And what happened was I watched for about 3 months. And then one time the fellas were standing next to me, and then they all stepped back. Everybody kind of stepped back. I'm standing there looking, and then all of a sudden he's screaming out next, and everybody going, oh, that's you. And I'm like, how's that me? I'm over here. And then when I turned around, these guys were 4 feet behind. So I was actually next, and I went bonkers. And everybody started screaming out Bravo. And he was like, yo, you pretty good. What's your name? I said, Bravo.
Bravo. You know, we had Khalif Sellis here, like at the last panel, and he talked about Studio 54 and how he also was inspired by some of the dances as far as like his spins that he would do.
Okay.
So, you know, it's amazing how the connection, like, you know, because when we think of Studio 54, we think of, you know, the Steve Rubel, but
cocaine.
This is afterwards. This is Mike Stone era with Kenny Carpenter, Francois Kevorkian, and
Kenny ran that whole joint. Francois that's when Kenny was over at I forgot the club. Those guys came in late. Might have been because Kenny was doing lights. I think for Renee Hewitt, which is a name a lot of people don't know or say. Because all these top jocks now, they all used to be lightmen, all of them.
Yeah.
For somebody else. But under Mike Stone, it was all Kenny. And then when we left Studio 54, we went to Bonds International.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because all the real club heads always say there was 2 Studio 54. There was the white one, and then when there was Mike Stone's Studio 54. That's a fact. That's a fact. Because once those guys went to jail, they needed to pay the rent, and Mike was able to pack that place up. Yeah. So, yeah, those guys, the Khalif, their generation behind me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, was that your first club that you ever went to?
No, that's the one that they took me to because they said I was crazy. I would fit in. I went to all the other ones. I did the what we would call the ones that close at 4:00 in the morning. You know, buy me a drink, blah blah blah. Leviticus, Nell Gwynn's, Bentley's, the White Shadows. I did all of those. But then came the underground. So you go from Studio, Bonds International, Panorama in Brooklyn, Willie Wall. That was a Thursday joint. Every night was a spot, you know, a time to go. Then somebody's like, okay, you're too crazy for this one. We're going to the garage. I went over there, and that was pretty interesting, and I drove them crazy. And then it was like, guess what? If you work for Mike Stone, you're automatically on the list for the Loft. And they kept saying, you dance like the guys from the Loft, you should go down there. But we finished at Mike Stone at 8:00 in the morning. I'm done, you know. And then one time, something happened at the Loft. There was like a smoke problem. The fire department shut down the Loft, and half of the Loft came to Bonds International. Bonds was huge, man. Bonds was like 4,000 people here every week. Yeah. And I always say that's junior high for club heads to be able to go into the loft or the garage. And somebody said, "Yo, you got to come see these dudes. They all dance like you." And I looked over the balcony, and everybody was lofting it out, as they say, just going bonkers, just taking it to another level. And I was like, "Oh, interesting. They're freestyling." That's what I call it, because that's what it is. And the next week, two of my buddies, Jose and what was his name? I forgot. It'll come to me. They're like, "Yo, now you're gonna come to the loft?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm going." So around 8:30, we showed up at the loft. When I walked in, they were playing the theme from Soul Train.
Mm.
That's
Now you get to hear the whole thing, because usually Soul Train, you just hear the commercial.
Right.
Soul Train, but I heard the whole thing. I was Barnes International. You're nuts. I hate you. That's my crew, man. All right, now I know why I want to be here and I don't want to be here. Man.
Look at that.
Thanksgiving. It's Thanksgiving. Like I said, you're gonna see people you don't know you know. Yes. That's my other crew at Bonds International. That's downstairs in the lobby. That's Mr. Joey Velez and my man Indio. Rest in peace.
Okay. So this is Bonds.
Yeah, that's Bonds, bro. Wow. I hate you, bro. I love it.
Wow. That's a great thing.
Let me carry on. Oh boy, you don't have the one with me in diapers, do you? Okay. So,
just might.
Yeah. But, so now, so I go over. We show up, and Evelyn Santos is over at the loft, hanging out in the front. Yes. And she goes, "Oh, that's Bravo. He's a fabulous dancer. He works with Mike Stone." They're like, "Oh, he's on the list." And my two guys was like, "You never come here and you're on the list? We don't have to pay? Get out of here." So we walk in, and like I said, they're playing a theme from Soul Train. And to hear that thing in its entirety is beautiful. Oh, man. When it just stands and you just start being lifted and lifted and lifted. And when it finished, I'm upstairs now. All the balloons is dark, and I'm like, okay, these people look nuts, because it's like 9 o'clock now in the morning, and they're carrying on, man. The energy's high. That train is moving, and when it finishes, everybody, oh yeah, woo, 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 woo. Yeah, buddy. You know, all these, they shouting all this shit, and then he plays, because I remember this very well, the theme from Sanford and Son. Another one. All you know is what you hear when it starts on TV. Yes. But to listen to the whole thing, Mr. Quincy Jones. Yeah. What? And you're just like, oh, no, it makes you dance different. It makes you feel different, because this is stuff you listened to 15 years ago with the whole family, before Eyewitness News with Roger Grimsby, all that good stuff. Wow. Yeah, good times. Yeah, so now I'm like, man, this shit is good. And believe it or not, maybe it's from too much music through the years, I've noticed, being that it's Quincy Jones that did that, he's also the same crescendo that's in Sanford and Son is in one of Michael Jackson's songs. And when it goes doom 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 boom 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 doom 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 within harmonica, it's in the same thing as Michael Jackson. Same thing. I'm like, so you start to learn these things. It helps when you're doing production. So that was the whole thing about the loft. And then they said, "Yo, let's go downstairs. That's where all the dancers are." I was like,
now which loft? Which
99 Prince.
Okay.
99 Prince. David came from Broadway at first. Broadway and Bleecker. That was the first one. That was his first joint. But not too many people know about that or talk about that, because that's not the actual mecca of the loft. When it comes to the loft, it's 99 Prince. The other two that he went to afterwards really don't count to me, or the other loft heads. Because by then it changed. Whole bunch of Japanese, whole bunch of this, everything changed. All the flavor went. you know, but all that stuff about him playing some serious music that you're going, oh man, I remember this when I was a kid. You know, you gotta remember this is 82, 81, 82, 83, 84. That this guy's playing stuff that's like, oh, that's old, but good. Scorpio, put the music where your mouth is, all of that stuff that they don't play anymore, so to speak. And he was just ripping them apart with that stuff, man. With David, you'd hear about 125 songs in a night.
What was it about the loft that you connected with? I mean, of course,
man,
the dance, but what stands
the
out?
music. Because if you're already well, I call them all misfits. Nobody's trying to be cool. You know, deodorant is a must. That's about it. Deodorant and baby powder. Oh yeah, you gotta have that. Come on, come on. You got to have that.
Mhm.
But the essence of it was his house. It wasn't a club.
Right.
And you're gonna hear stuff, and it's gonna make you so nostalgic. You're gonna think about your crazy uncle, your crazy aunt. When you were a kid, you know, you're busy eating Fruit Loops and watching Flintstones, and these people are really grooving to some Al Green, you know, OJs, but you really don't pay that no mind. You know, you just don't care. It's not what you want. You know, you again, Fruit Loops, anything, you know, Sunkist, but they're like on the, let me get some wine, get that bottle, and just enjoy. You know, Gil Scott Heron, the Stones. You know, because David played it, anything and everything, man. You're in his house, bro, whether you like it or not, and it's good. That thing makes you. Loft people are so musically inclined, it's scary. You know.
So when you say loft people, meaning
Yes.
a specialized, the specialty,
Yeah.
like they're unique.
Well, because you get introduced to it, because you don't show up there by mistake. I mean,
No.
they kept telling me to go there because you dance like the guys downstairs at the loft. That was what I got. But the regular people, I know people that went to the loft that still to this day don't know how to fucking dance. Excuse my French. 2 left feet. But they can lay around for 12 hours and enjoy that stuff. Then you have the people that are doing heroin. Then you got the people that are on mescaline. Then you got the ones that speedball. Then you got the ones. I love talking about the drugs because nobody wants to bring that stuff up. And I'm like, it wasn't just about the music. There's some serious drugs going on. These guys were, don't forget, 42nd Street was on fire. You can't just walk down 42nd Street. So these guys finished doing bad stuff on 42nd Street. They need a place to hide out. The loft is a place you can finish doing some dumb shit and come and just chill out. You can go to sleep for 6 hours and still wake up. There's another 4 hours to go in that place. People on the floor just laid out sleeping. But man, something like City Country City comes on, BT Express, Patti LaBelle. Man, these people jump up like they're in church, like gospel. Gospel. And you get to learn. Those what I said, loft people. Some people can walk in there first time and they're never going to come back. Never. They're like, oh, this is bullshit. I'm not sitting on the floor. Because you have to remember back then, you had your Pierre Cardin thing going on. You had your Sergio Valente thing going on. You don't need that at the loft, man. At the loft, you better bring a towel, toothpaste, shaving cream, because these people are going to work afterwards.
Bravo.
Those are loft people.
So you know, guys, Sandy, what you say?
No, go ahead.
So being that this was David's home, what was the capacity? Like, how many people was he actually fitting into this loft space?
Oh, they're huge. It's 2 floors, man. It's huge, man. Upstairs, you're looking at 200 people easy. Besides the 200 balloons, there's probably a balloon for each person, man. The whole ceiling. I'm talking. I ain't talking about no baby balloons. Happy Sweet 16.
No, they were big balloons.
Big ass. You can never. I don't even think anybody know what David's ceiling looked like. Always balloons in that ceiling.
What was David's connection with the dancers?
The dancers are downstairs. The dancers had their own world. Downstairs was their own world. Because downstairs was lit like this. No special effects, nothing. No special speakers, nothing. Just go downstairs and you're like, oh, damn. You know, when you go downstairs, you're like, whoa. But they are down there, each song, they are tearing it up. whether you come from Alvin Ailey, I always call them rejects, because if you're a real Alvin Ailey dancer, you can't hang out at the loft for 12 hours. You're not going to be able to go to rehearsal. These are people that got kicked out of Alvin Ailey. They got kicked out of Joffrey Ballet. They got kicked out of being a gymnast, that can't go to martial arts competitions because they don't know how to stop when the referee says, "Hey!" That's fine. So all of these people winds up coming to this one place where they can all just chill out. Don't drink the punch, which is the one thing you keep hearing everybody singing. And you're like, which one? And by that time, they're both hooked up.
Yeah.
People just walk up to you and say, open your mouth. And like an idiot, you close your eyes, you open your mouth, and you don't even know what you took. But 3 hours later, you are doing cartwheels. You're just rolling on the floor. You can't stop rolling. Snow angels with no snow. And everybody's like, oh, shit. And they're all screaming out, loft that shit out. Loft that shit out. Whatever comes on. Spasticus. Again, City Country City. I remember a whole bunch of certain songs of what I've seen people just get up and just start acting up. It's like kindergarten. And you have to remember, David himself right now, David would probably be about 75 years old. So David's the oldest out the whole gang. Nobody's older than David except for Evelyn Santos, which is a little bit behind him right now. She just turned 74. That's the empress of all of this stuff. Y'all need to get her on this thing. Good luck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
but,
all right. So you talking about the beginning when it all started? Okay.
Well, it was already started. It was already started in the 70s. I got there in 81, 82.
Okay.
It was already started. It was already cooking. I'm third generation. A lot of people, again, think I'm first. These highlights, I go to Chelsea for this,
Bravo. Who would be considered in that third generation, in your opinion?
Archie. Yeah. Myself, Archie. Louis Keys is second. He's up there with Mike Dungy. Archie's actually second too, by age. But it's not really by age, it's when you came in. Because you can be 70 and you've never been to the loft. So guess what? You're not down with the generation. The crew, the gang, like you guys. What club did you start at, Will?
The Choice.
The Choice with David, with Joey Lianos?
Yeah.
Yeah, down on
which is also the
in
loft.
Tribeca.
Yeah. No. Lower East Side.
The Choice.
Yeah.
Avenue
that
B.
Was the loft. On 3rd Street.
3rd Street.
Okay, you went there. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's at the end. And a whole bunch of Orientals was there. Japanese people with dreads.
Actually,
What?
So
Japanese with dreads.
So how is it? Because we hear this often, like with the loft, it has like chapters, not chapters, but it has stages. But you don't really hear garage have that kind of same impact. Unless
but the loft people, like I said, David was cooking food. You at the dude's house, man. It's like right now, if we all came to your joint, bro, every week for 12 hours. That's that. The garage wasn't like that. The garage has its garage heads, don't get me wrong. But it's big, it's got multi-rooms. You got some people say, I don't remember seeing you at the garage. I mean, I'm being accused of some people saying they didn't see me at the loft. But that's another argument because I start some shit. I always start stuff, because, I didn't do drugs like they did. So I remember a whole bunch of stuff. I remember stuff people don't want to remember. But the generational thing is because everybody was attached to David. Even when Larry finished playing at the garage, they came to the loft. You see? So that was the whole thing. Everybody went to the loft. The loft is Moses. That's the Mecca, man. That garage is not the Mecca. Garage is a gay club for white dudes just trying to get young Puerto Rican and black boys, to me. But the loft didn't have a gay night.
No.
I mean,
the garage had a gay
controversial.
Night. Why is that? I'm listening.
Well, no, I mean because
But he's right. The Paradise Garage did have a gay night.
Saturday, dude. I don't care who you are. If somebody see you there Saturday night, their mouth is gonna stay open for 3 songs.
Yeah, they're gonna think you're gay.
And you're like, and they're like, and you're like, it's Saturday. and somebody just might tell you, and
All right, so Bravo. I remember seeing. I think it was you had your own panel, and you were talking about loft and a certain dance. And,
yeah, oh
because
yeah.
you did mention freestyle, and I think there was some some debate around that.
Oh, there's a big debate around it.
Are you comfortable talking about that? Because that I think that
if you guys
still
want to
has.
hear it, of course I'm comfortable talking about it. As a matter of fact, I got one Saturday, and that one's not going to go too good. I can tell you that right now.
Uh-oh.
It's a young lady's throwing it in Prague. It's 10 o'clock in the morning on Saturday, and it's about that. And she's bringing in all the old heads. Archie,
So what?
Louis Keys, Lorenzo.
Okay.
So what's the debate? Like, what's it all about?
Some time back, let me just give you my quick take. Nobody thought Facebook was going to exist. Nobody thought that you can get information this fast. We just got past Columbus Day, and I think all of you right now are aware of the fact that he never been to America. Yes, I'm just looking at all of y'all. And anybody y'all gonna vouch? Oh, but Miss McGillicuddy said, yeah, forget that. But it's in the books. Forget that. All right, I can tell you that for a fact. I wasn't there, but I know from all the readings, everything that's coming out. Give me 5 years, the statue on 59th Street is coming down. Because he'd never been to America. So it was a thing that happened. They worked it out. So with the loft thing, all the dancers now, just to give you an example, I speak as a dancer. In the old days, let's say at the loft, everybody's just busting moves. There's no circles per se. The garage, there's no circles per se. Everybody's just lucky in love, whatever comes on. You may find yourself living in a shotgun shack. You know, you're just taking it in. You know, same as it ever was. But nobody's in a circle. You don't have one person in the middle of a circle and 30 people watching. That's a waste of time, man. That's a waste. Don't get me wrong. I jump in a circle and rip that thing apart 6 ways till Tuesday. That's my thing. My title, Bravo Club Dancer. I got that. But that's it. And we have a good time. Everybody carry on and dance. Whereas now, the generation that started the whole, because don't forget, they teach all this stuff now. They're teaching house, they're teaching whacking, they're teaching voguing. I know for a fact, all of you on here, not one of y'all ever take a stupid class for street dance. Dress up. Can you imagine what that would look like? I mean, I don't know if I'm the oldest one here. If you told your parents.
No, I'm kidding.
Thank you.
Yeah. I'm older than him.
Oh,
I'm older.
Okay. Yeah. No, but you trust me. I dance wise, if you're gonna go take dance lessons, it's tap, jazz, ballet, modern.
Right.
Nobody ever sees hip hop, street jazz, whacking, voguing, breaking, top rock, up rock. The hell? You understand? And some people in the dance world now, because I don't get challenged too much, you know, and if I do, we can end that easily also. Not to be arrogant, but it's like, you know damn well there ain't no dance style called lofting. It's not possible.
Right.
Because already I mentioned to you, when I was at Bonds International, they kept saying you should come to the loft, you dance like those people. Understand that, right? So when I got here from Haiti, they didn't change my name. I changed it, but they didn't change my name. This is a Kunta Kinte moment, by the way.
Uh-oh.
No, because I already know it's freestyle. So when I go to the loft, I'm like, okay, they're freestyling. Then 35 years later, somebody's got the audacity to say they're teaching lofting and they've never been to the loft.
Oh, wow.
You don't think I'm going to have a Christopher Columbus moment and say, I don't care if it was in the books.
Wow.
Ain't nobody kicking my ass and making me say it's true because I know he never been to America. Cuba, Santo Domingo, all them little Saint this, Saint that, all them little, but he never came here. So I'm not going to let anybody say, which I've said to a lot of people, nobody thinks I'm Haitian. I'm Haitian. I speak all the languages they speak over there. I come from there. So if somebody says, Bravo's not Haitian. So am I supposed to admit it? Okay, he's right, I'm not, but I am. So it's the same thing as the dancing. I know it's not. Somebody said you already dance like them. You understand what I'm saying? One of us here all look like somebody, but we're not in them people family. We're
That's
not.
right.
We just resemble. It's not a dance style. But they want to do that because they say, oh, that's how we can sell it. That's how we can make money. It's not right. And I've spoken to my master dancer is Mike Dungy. And I got into it with my own peers from the loft because I said Mike Dungy's not even an original lofter. And everybody was like, oh, this guy don't know what he's talking about. Mike Dungy only lives 3 blocks from me. I see him all the time. He comes from the gallery, Buttermilk Bottom, right?
Wow, yeah.
You guys, if you heard of those places, because they kept telling him, come to the loft. He's like, I'm not feeling it. Because those are the guys that follow Nicky Siano. That's another tribe.
Mm-hmm.
The gallery, that's another tribe. The only reason why they all started going to the loft, which is only around the corner, is because the gallery closed.
Yeah.
All the misfits, you go to the next place.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And they started going there. So when I say Mike Dungy's not an original lofter, and somebody goes, oh man, you don't know what you're talking about. I'm like, maybe you should ask Mike, because I know I did. I checked. I'm not going to sit here and pop smack and I don't know what I'm talking about. So it's not a dance step because I watched Mike freestyling. Mike is a freestyler. And Mike, their group was the best dance group, one of the best dance groups from the 70s, New York City Steppers. Mike Dungy, Greg Seeley, he passed away last year. Doc, Rick, Willie Pine Duke. Those guys freestyle their ass off. They're not. Lofting is not a dance. And here, let me make you laugh. Any of y'all know who Archie Burnett is?
Yes, he was my dance partner.
Oh, okay. And Archie is a loft staple.
Yes.
When I say loft staple, there's 52 weeks in a year. Archie would only miss 2.
Yep. He was always there.
He would miss 2. And that would probably be because of the flu or diarrhea.
He used to go to ozone layer too.
Well, again, but I'm an ozone head. But
Yes.
loft, Archie's a loft. When I say loft, in other words, David Mancuso had his phone number, and he had David's phone number. That's the thing about the garage and the loft that you're asking me about. David and a lot of these loft heads, they all had each other's phone numbers. That's important. I don't know too many people who had Larry's phone number or any of the other guy, but David, I'll call David. And David gave me a cassette. If David gave you a cassette of his music, man, you beyond family, man. He just adopted your monkey ass.
So you feel like someone tried to create something that was
They did.
freestyle into a name
They say it because
called loft dancing.
Yeah, because they started teaching street dance, all the hip hop stuff, all of this. Because these are the guys that came in from hip hop, and then they took house over. But they just forgot the fact that I still got a mean 2-step. And I'm still in the game. I'm the bridge between you all and people that are 30 years old that you guys wouldn't even talk to. So that's why I can say what I say and mean what I say, because I know it's not. I've been told, oh, you're not representing the culture because you're not teaching lofting. This is by people that are like 10 years younger than me or 30 or 20 years younger than me. It's not possible.
I was going to ask you, is it from your peers from the
let me give you the mistake. When those people started talking to my peers like they've talked to you or anybody else, and somebody goes, yeah, we lofted out. Yeah, man, we was lofting. Lofting is a term. It's a place, not a dance, not even a club. And some people don't understand that when I say it's not a club. They're like, yeah, but the guy's throwing parties at his freaking house. I know that because when everybody leaves, David doesn't go anywhere. He's home. He just closes the door. He lives there. The loft, any of the places that's a loft have always been his house. That's where he lives. Living room, while you're at the loft, you smell food cooking, man. Pasta, rice and beans, you smell food cooking. You understand? The garage had a concession stand. Garage had rooms, man. They had a theater, a crystal room, a roof. You can fruits and the whole bit. Somebody was just cooking. Might have been Dahlia. They just cooking away, man, making some food. Yo, go get some food. Everybody get some plates. You're at a party. David was an orphan, that guy don't even know who his parents was. The membership card for the loft was the Little Rascal.
Right. $9.99.
So that tells you something. You can forget that dance stuff. The guy's just hanging out, man. David's more like a Woodstock person. And guess where his getaway house was? Woodstock. You see?
All
So
right.
this is as good as the history gets. Anybody who's going to talk to you, they're going to tell you they heard. They ain't going to tell you they were there or they saw. They made it up. I actually saw a letter someone sent me, because I'm always getting some, whether it's from Turkey, the French. Oh, but I got this letter and it states that the dancing that was done at the garage was lofting. Not if it's a gay club. You think gay people got to give a fuck about lofting as a dance?
So all right. So I mean, yeah, I mean that's a debate that I've seen. I've seen you
Yeah. Oh, I tear it up.
part of it. And you know, I've also had conversations with people, you know, just stating that there's no such thing as lofting because it's
As
all
a dance.
freestyle. Like you mentioned, it's a collaboration
it
of
is.
all the styles coming
Yeah.
together.
Uh-huh. Yeah. I'll make you laugh. I was in Brazil 2 years ago. Mind you, I cried like I was at a funeral, but it was tears of joy because I do all these other countries. Those people don't look like me. They're white. And they're into this hip hop, whatever it is, this and that. But Brazil, the only thing was the language. They look like me. And the language was Portuguese. And they were asking me about lofting. I straightened out that whole country. Because guess what? If there's any dance that lofting looks like, it's capoeira.
I concur.
Yes.
All right. So family, we got Bravo on
Wow.
the check-in.
Wow.
He's in
Yeah.
the building.
Oh,
show
I'm
something.
sorry. Should I drop a mic? Let me get a mic.
No.
Oh my gosh, you dropped it.
Shit.
Look at
Come
that,
on
look at that.
now.
Look at that.
Check
Look at
this
that.
out.
Look at that. Look at that. Look at that.
That's Demerara's on 28th Street. Archie.
Yep.
And me. See? Oh, you're good, bro.
Who is that?
Go, Archie. Wow.
Yeah, we've been getting down together 40 years, 45 years. Willie Ninja.
Yep.
Our group was after you have your 70s. We were the 80s group, Breed of Motion. Tyrone Proctor, Willie Ninja, myself, Archie, and a couple of other cats a lot of people don't know because they don't hang out anymore.
Mm.
But Archie and I are still staples and we're still in the game. And guess what? That's the only group that has all the 5 styles that everybody's calling themselves teaching and doing now. Whacking, voguing, so-called lofting, or house dance. There was no names when we were doing it. We were just the group that just fucks up the club when we show up. Nobody want to go on after us. Nobody want to even go on with us because the crowd goes bonkers.
What year was that?
Now this one right here, that's like 90. That's about 90.
I remember him doing that.
Yeah. And here's the funny thing. As soon as you finish showing the video, I got to get another mic. I'm going to break a few of them tonight, by the way.
That's Bravo, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
All of these are steps I got from 1972, 71. Because I'm still representing the people I saw when I was 13, 14. When I got to the loft, they're saying you dance like the guys from the loft.
Mm-hmm.
It's a beautiful term to use. It's the easiest cliche, just like house music. House music wasn't technically house music out of Chicago. It's jacking.
Thank you.
I got a mic for that one too, by the way. I don't want y'all to think I'm arrogant, but you guys are my peers. We're all black, so I'm gonna lay it on y'all, man. If y'all don't like it, then don't eat it. But we at the table and this is Thanksgiving. That's the chills that I got last night when I know I'm gonna do this. I'm like, I'm gonna sit down with a whole bunch of people I never met, but they're my family.
That's right.
They're either gonna like me or love me.
So that was the house dance conference that was ran by Brian Green.
Brian Green.
That was also the venue that we used for Together in Spirit when we were part of that circuit. So
yep.
Now, so Bravo, like looking at that footage, you know,
yes, sir.
I see a whole lot of different personas. I see different styles. I see different people. Like who, like when it comes to like dancing, like your style, who do you think of as far as people?
Mike Dungy, Willie Pine, the whole gang from City Steppers. Now that's as a group. But before I got to them at the Loft, I was watching Pierre Colas, all the cats from Prospect and Vanderbilt when they were getting down. I was like 12. These guys were like 18 going on 20. Those were my idols. So that's why, again, anytime I want to just terrorize all of these people, when I do a demonstration, judge demo, they call it, one, I do it with no music. That's why I can scare the hell out of everybody. Because they can't do that. Everybody needs a song. You know, play my song.
But there are some, I'm sorry, Will. There are some more great influences in your...
no, I'm giving you the people that are actually here. But basically, Althea McQueen calls me Bravo Bojangles. Archie says I'm putting Fred Astaire, Nicholas Brothers. So that's what
Gene Kelly. Oh my gosh. There were some moves that I saw. And my parents are born in 1919 and 1924.
Bingo.
So they were Lindy Hop folk. I'm looking at you dance and I'm like, wow, I'm blown. Because there's so many influences from those spaces that are so relevant and so important. And you couldn't have that if it was just about being taught in a dance class. These are things that come from.
Trust me, honey. I sucked that stuff up.
Yeah, yes, you did.
So if you see Check Your Body at the Door, which is our dance documentary.
I did.
Okay. And Archie says, you know, Bravo, he does his own thing. He's got some Fred Astaire house music thing going. I was dancing like this before house music. You see, that's why, again, when I do a demonstration, especially with a name like Bravo, and then I go to Austria, like I already went twice in the last 8 months, but I've been there 33 times. Brahms is the composer of the one song in the world that there's not one person that's never been hummed to. Brahms' Lullaby. Da 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 da.
Wow.
Da, 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 da.
Wow, I'm blown.
So I got that name. So you have to figure, when I show up at the airport for the first time 30 years ago, they stared at my passport, held me over there for 45 minutes, because they're like, what the hell is this guy doing here? Brahms, because that's where he's from. It's a Hungarian waltz, but he died in Vienna. So I carry two heavy names. Somebody says to me, Bravo, what's that supposed to mean? I just shake my ass. It only takes me 15 seconds.
So, Bravo, what's your understanding about the dance competitions and with house music? Because I mean, you talked about the circle, and there's a certain core group that kind of like brought that element into the club culture. But
it's a big deal
now today, but more so like overseas.
Can
you talk about that?
But before that, remind me, I just want to give you one more thing about Archie. Being that Archie lived at the Loft for like more than 10 years straight, Archie teaches voguing all over the world, whacking all over the world, and hustle all over the world.
Yes.
Why isn't he teaching lofting? You follow what I'm saying to you?
Yep.
This is not like when you watch an old black and white flick, the janitor happens to be Miles Davis or James Brown, and then he does a little two-step. This guy lived at the Loft. If the thing was a damn dance, why is he teaching shit that he didn't even do at the Loft? I throw him under the bus because he's my brother. We're that
that's
tight.
like I'm going to club whacking today, and because even though whacking is it does have a title.
Yeah, West Coast.
Just like,
that's not even here. That's not even us, bro. And I'll tell you that. You know where they get that influence from? Bruce Lee.
Bruce Lee. Whacking?
Bruce Lee.
Which movie?
When he broke out those nunchucks. Yes.
Oh, okay. Oh.
Wow.
Wow. Yo, what?
Blown.
I got enough mics for all of you. Now let me explain this to you. Let me explain this to you. We got East Coast and we got West Coast influence. West Coast gays, they had a club, Geno's, I think, or I forgot what it was called. It was part 1 and part 2. They all ran around doing all that Hollywood shit. I ain't hating, I'm just stating. When Bruce Lee hit the scene, it took over all of America. Except with the gays, they didn't do something that has to do with beating people up. They were busy in Greta Garbo and all that other stuff. With Bruce Lee and all of this stuff came the influence of whacking. Y'all work that out.
Hollywood. And it's funny how it goes.
I don't say Hollywood.
Okay.
Sorry.
It's funny how it goes full circle, because you say Bruce Lee, which is he's showing it in motion pictures, but then you have like Cynthia Rhodes, who's doing the similar styles like in Flashdance.
Of course.
She's actually doing it. She's whacking.
Hollywood. And here's the funny part. Jodie Watley is the queen of IHOP, which is International House of Whackers or something. I forgot the title. That's Tyrone's people, because he was in Soul Train. And he's the godfather to her daughter, because they all grew up together. When she was in Shalimar, if you watch any Shalimar music and videos, you will not see any whacking.
So she won't whack in her video. She won't.
It's not that she wasn't, but it didn't back then. They weren't concerned about that. You understand? We're busy trying to be a singer. I'm busy trying to do this. It's the people that comes behind that wants to push something and reenact something. That's what I'm getting at. Don't forget.
Okay.
Those dances that Archie teaches, he didn't do none of those at the loft. I'm just trying to show you that shouldn't he be the guy teaching the lofting? Because Archie, basically, when we were in Breed of Motion, he's the one that kind of like did everybody's style if he felt like it, if he wanted to. So he mimics that. Just like I grabbed on to the Bojangles, Nicholas Brothers, Barry Brothers, Fred Astaire, Hines Brothers. That's my thing. I jumped on that. I danced to that too. Anything you give me, you're going to see that flavor in me. You might as well put me in black and white, because I can do that. And as I said, I do it with no music, because I really want to show people how dangerous I am and how it's not that easy. So I do it with no music. It's very hard. I made that decision myself. If I'm going to do a demonstration, instead of playing a song, everybody, oh man, yo, this is nice. There's no beat. I'm the beat. So they have no choice but to pay attention.
So, you mentioned, just to go back to whacking, and you mentioned like Jodie Watley, where she kind of like stopped because she was trying something else. I recall like a lot of the late 80s, the heads that were coming in, like the Keith Williams, the Omar Lopez, where they were bringing the whacking back into the scene, because nobody was doing it.
Yeah, it's performance dance. When Jodie comes to like when she was doing BB King, she called in Tyrone, because that's her people, and they were all day, with the hits, anything with a hit. God forbid you pay Vicky Sue Robinson turn the beat around. Come on, baby, let me see you do that conga. Can't we do it any longer? Boom, beat on, boom, boom, pim, boom, pim, pim. It's performance dance. We didn't do that here. That's not a New York thing. That's an LA thing. Look at me, I'm glamorous. Look at me, bam, 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 I'm fierce. We had Willie Linger. We had the Pier, baby.
But now
we had Christopher Street and West Fourth.
But now voguing is a Harlem thing, right? That's New York.
Damn right. You damn right.
So how come calling voguing voguing, but not lofting. Like,
go ahead. Why? Voguing is a fashion thing. Everybody's trying to act like the Hollywood people. That's basically what voguing boils down to.
okay.
Madonna proved that. And then everybody thought she invented it. What do you think of that?
Right.
Big mistake. You see? So they figured that's that. But they're like, go to the pier. Go to the pier in 1975. That's what the kids are carrying on. Go to West 4th Street. Try and walk from McDougal up. And they're not going to read you and just carry on. That's normal, man. That's standard.
Voguing came off from the supermodel era.
Yeah, but it was already around. It was already around from Miles Davis' time.
Imitation of the supermodel era.
Exactly.
But voguing wasn't a place. Like the loft was a place.
Yeah,
Right.
thank you.
Voguing wasn't a place.
Yeah. Voguing is just walking down Fifth Avenue being fierce.
Yeah. It was more based on imitating supermodels. Because back then we were the first generation to have supermodels.
Yep. Oh yeah. But some people, as a matter of fact, here's a mistake that happened. I play the music in Archie's class, correct? Its class is an hour and a half, hour 45 minutes. He's doing Wednesday is whacking, Tuesday is voguing. Then I noticed some people come in town, they have their suitcase and they're getting ready to leave, but they kind of like wanted both. So I tell Archie, hey man, we run this shit. Do half an hour of one and half an hour of the other one. All of a sudden, somebody trying to call him out. Oh, Archie's mixing the two dances together. So I tell him, why don't you come for me? Because it was my suggestion. I was doing it as a courtesy. Because most of the people that do whacking want to do voguing. That was I made that choice for him because I wanted to share it. I'm all about sharing. Ask anybody. I'll share, man. You walk down the street and ask me about a step, we doing it right now. We dancing right now. 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning, care what corner, we dancing right now. Because I come from this. I got no problem. I'm not going to tell you, oh, if you take my class, because money, I don't need the money. I don't dance. Dancing is not my thing for the money. That thing is in my heart. It's in my soul.
So now when the students,
yes,
when they take the classes, they inherit the skills to where they take it to like their town and then they go to the battles. It's for the battles, which is what you just asked me before. That's what makes the battles so popular. So now everybody want to show off what they've learned. Those things are big, man. Those people are traveling, man, like crazy, bro. Just doing that, just for the battles. Matter of fact, some places have battles every week. It's like graffiti, man. It's all over, man. Big ones, small ones, Just a Boo, Impulse Stunts they start that. Impulse Stunts is a dance festival, but they have their own little cute little thing. They thought it was going to be 50 people. It wound up being 300, 150 participants. That thing took forever, but they had a blast because everybody's just doing whatever. Now it becomes dance. It's supposed to be street dance, but now it's just, oh, let me see what you can do. Let me see what you can do. We do rounds. Again, like I mentioned before, in our day, if somebody did a little two-step and they made a circle around you, it was over, like a Soul Train line. It's not all day. Right. It's just one part of the party. Now, there's 2 circles, 3 circles. There's a high-power circle with all the big stars, and then the middle one, it's like a swimming pool, 3 feet if you can't swim, over there if you so-so, and there's that trampoline. Good luck. Yeah, so now you got a room with just one person dancing and 30 people standing around. As a DJ, you can't tell me that that's not irritating. Now, as far as like house dancing, if there is a term for that.
Yeah.
Now,
but I also mentioned, that the real term is jacking. That stuff is the first 5 records out of Chicago. Every producer was named Jack Master this, Jack Master that. Nobody was, and still to this day, there's no House Master this, House Master that. It's jacking. That thing came from Chicago, was jack music, and then everybody's just doing this thing, which, believe it or not, some people take classes, they asking you stupid questions like, am I jacking right? Is it like this or like this?
But Bravo, I saw like I saw the Chicago documentary and I saw what they called jacking, where they were up against the wall and they were just doing this.
That's the dance, and that's the dance and the music. Remember, jack your body.
Right.
Right? Okay. But cliche wise, it says, gotta have house music all night long. So when you went to the record shop, you don't remember that jacking stuff. You just remember, yo, what's that thing that says something about house? That's how the term came about here. But the music, and look at the videos of, again, 5 videos from the early days of so-called house. Even the guys performing, the guys dancing behind them are not doing whatever it is that's supposed to be the dance to the music.
All right. So,
everybody's dressed like Kid and Play. You know that whole Kid and Play look?
Yeah.
Everybody's dressed like that.
Yeah.
That's not, what is that? And that's where it comes from.
So now it makes it seem like, okay, so now is it safe to say those who are teaching the classes are the veterans, like yourself?
No.
No.
So
who's
those are the guys, Khalif and his crew. Those are the generation behind me.
Okay.
No, the only person that's active, basically, my age, me, Archie, Louis Keys, they pull him in, and Storenzo teaches some stuff. That's the only thing, man. I don't know anybody else that. Come on, yo, this stuff hurts, man. At 60, you all right?
And it's not house dancing that you're teaching.
I don't teach house dance. I say no way. Hey, man, give me back that chicken bone. I'm pushing house roots. That's the title I give it. This way, when I decide to do something and they go, oh, I've never seen that before. I don't know what that is. I'm like, yeah, well, I'm in time. What do you think of that? Because you guys don't dance in time. Y'all don't even know how to keep a beat. You know why? You want to hear something funny? I'll do a class and have them snap their fingers for 1 minute. They can't last, bro. And I got news for you. How do you not be able to snap your fingers through a whole Marvin Gaye song or Al Green or Teddy Pendergrass or Rick James? That's what we do, man. Nobody claps and say, oh, this hurt. My hands are burning. You're all right. These people can't last, man. They can't clap for a minute. They can't. They'll just stop. The beat just goes nuts. They're not quantized. And it's not an insult. I'm only speaking to this because we're family sitting at the table. But I teach house roots.
So what's your understanding of like the dance culture now? Like,
it's business. It's beyond me. I can't do anything about it. It's just doing its own thing. You know, it's like, okay, perfect example. You as a DJ, everybody's got a controller now. They got one on their iPod. They got one on their tablet. They got one on their phone. Oh, I got that on my phone. I can do it. You know better. You know better. And here's the other kicker. Now you can get 6 DJs in one night. Back in our day, there's one DJ for the club for 10 years. Okay. Your garage. Who was the DJ at the garage? Come on. Who was the DJ at the garage? Say it. Okay. Who was the DJ at Zanzibar? Tony Humphries.
Tony, Larry, Tony.
Who was the DJ at Better Days?
T. Scott.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Who was the DJ?
That's why I say every day. We used to have one DJ for each club, and they had their residents. You didn't have a whole line of DJs more than you had club people. You have more DJs than you have people there to dance. We never had that. I can't go to a club if you got 6 DJs because each DJ gonna have their own vibe. So now I gotta keep changing my vibe to match their vibe.
You can't even get the vibe in 45 minutes.
No, because they open 30 minutes.
Yes. No journey. No journey.
One DJ that could take you from birth to death, and you followed their whole storyline the whole night as they went up, down, round, corners, whatever. You was in tune with that DJ.
And you came out. You came out soul satisfied.
You was weak. You was weak.
Sometimes 2 hours is not enough to get in.
Right.
For real.
Yeah, I agree.
But
I agree.
I'm sorry. Did I start something?
Yes, you did. Yes, you
now
did.
we're all on this train.
Yes, you
This
did.
is a sit-up train. Yeah,
but you understand what I'm saying? When you went to Thanksgiving, it was Auntie so and so. Everybody wasn't in the kitchen.
You done.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. It's all changed, man. It's all changed now.
But Bravo, this is something that comes up pretty often. Some people appreciate it. Others are frustrated by it because, everyone has their own different, feeling on it. It is something that's a new market. Like even for me, I had to learn how to adjust because I've never seen that from the school that we come from. Is
now I'm sorry to cut you off. Am I mistaken when I mentioned that you were the one playing at Iguanas?
Yes.
Yeah.
On the Sunday, whatever it was, because Archie used to say, "Oh man, Will Milton."
We were there.
That's when I heard. That's when I heard about Archie. Was like, "Oh man, Will Milton, he's the one. Oh baby, oh he's the one. He's the one."
I used to work the door. I was working the door.
Yeah, at Iguanas.
Yes.
That's why again I watch you guys on this. I was laughing and cracking up. I was like, I want some of this. I want to hang out with these people. Because again, I mentioned to you, I said, I don't know you, but you know Archie, and he loves the hell out of you. So that makes you family. I went down there, everybody was carrying on. It had a loft feeling to it, by the way. You had a little clan, you had a little cult. I'm good. If you would have taken somebody that's 10 years younger, is anybody else gonna play? No matter how much of a good time they're having, anybody else gonna play? That it's all changed now. It's all. Don't get me wrong. I spin, man. I go to Europe. I spin. I'm the guy from New York. I show up. If I get an hour, I'm only playing 45. If I get 2 hours, I'm only playing an hour and a half. I do that on purpose. I'm so special. It's scary. You give me 2 hours, I'm gonna rip that place apart for an hour and a half and make everybody pissed off because I'm leaving.
Shout outs to Archie, sending love to him. I got something else I want to share.
Please.
Oh.
By the way, all you guys are gonna have to tell me about yourselves.
Oh.
From check your body at the door.
Oh.
I've been doing that step since I was 11. I got it from my brother.
Nice.
And when I first went to the loft, Archie saw me do it. He goes, "You got to show me that."
That's smooth.
Now that's freestyling.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Oh yeah. And I taught him all of that stuff. Even this step, they do it wrong. I did this step in Prospect Park about 25 years ago, and one lady came up to me with a heavy accent. Said, "Oh, you're doing this step." She called it something from my tribe in Africa. I was like, "Oh, okay." I was like, "Okay, thank you." So that goes to show you can't own something because it comes from somewhere else. That's the one thing I don't do. I don't try and own none of these things. But all these other people, oh, that's my step, or that's my this, bad mistake. Yeah. So, like I said, musically, go ahead.
Check your body at the door. Talk about that. Is that something you founded?
Archie was studying. This is in the 80s, early 80s, might even be 79, 80. Archie was studying because he was into graphic design. He's studying graphic design, and he needed an elective. And within that elective, there was a class, Black history music or Black music. So he figures, oh, much music as I hear, at the loft, I got this. He steps into the class, and this white lady, Sally Summers, the producer, which is family, is playing James Brown. He's like, wow, cool. Then they had to write a paper. The paper they had to write, Archie writes this splendid article about all these people at this place having a good time for 12 hours every Saturday. There's food, everybody's welcomed, straight, gay, ugly, tall. You just need deodorant. Sally reads all the papers and she looks at him because she writes dance reviews. She knows everything about dance from uptown to downtown, east to west. She lives on 12th Street and 5th Avenue. And she said, I'm sorry, young man, where is this place? Because I cover all of New York City. I've never been to a place that has all that stuff that you wrote down. He says, oh, it's on Prince Street, 99 Prince Street. She lives 6 blocks from 99 Prince Street and never knew about this place.
Wow, look at that.
So she's like, oh, can I come to this place? I said, sure, I'll come and get you. 4 o'clock in the morning. He brings her there at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. She sees this stuff like, oh my God. She was writing for the Village Voice, New York Times, and she started saying, I'm going to write an article. I'm going to get funding because people need to see what's going on here. And that's how Check Your Body at the Door started. The term, the name Check Your Body at the Door, Archie reminded me, it's me. I told them the title. It's not that they were looking for a title, but I always say to people, just check your body at the door and have a good time. You know, when people, what kind of place is it? What should I wear? Can I wear this? You know, all that pretty stuff. And I'm going to get a dress. And no. You just show up. You just check your body at the door. Because of the fact that all the clubs in New York City, and you all know this, because of guns and drugs, when you show up, they check your bag. They check you like you going trying to fly to Zimbabwe. They check you for weapons, and you're like, this not that kind of club. Because Bentley's wasn't that kind of place. The garage, none of our clubs are that kind of place. You understand? So that's why the term check your body at the door. You just show up. They open the bag, what do they see? Water and baby powder. They still can't figure that shit out. What's with the baby powder? I remember when when they shut down, when Giuliani, because of, I don't know if any of y'all remember Happy Land?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Happy Land happened in the Bronx because the one guy and his old lady had a little issue. They had a little social club. They hang out upstairs. One way in, one way out. Baby, I love you, blah, blah, blah. I don't want you anymore. He goes down the block, $5 worth of gasoline, and he lights up the door. Nobody can get out. About 115 people all died. As soon as that happened, they went into the books. Cabaret law. Nobody's got a cabaret, no dancing. Those things haven't, at that time, weren't issued for the last 40 years. Since Elliot Ness and Pretty Boy Floyd and all that shit. Now, you don't have a cabaret license, no dancing. So all of a sudden, places like, what's that thing on 14th Street and 8th? Nels. Not Nels.
No.
Yeah.
Nels?
Yes, it's Nels.
Yeah. All of a sudden, those places, no more dancing. So you had to put couches in the middle. You put a rug, and you put a couch and a light bulb, and everybody's supposed to be chilling. The bouncers got walkie-talkies. If you're doing a little two-step, if they think that the inspectors are coming, no dancing, and everybody stopped dancing. So they had signs, big, no dancing. So that was part of that whole thing. They had a rule. They had a rule. If 2 or more people were interacting as if they were dancing, the club could just shut down. That was a bar, a lounge, a club, whatever. If 2 people was just moving in front of each other, they could shut it down. Yeah, and that was a weird time for clubbing, man. That was like this pandemic, man. You're gonna go? No, you're gonna go and do what? Like, whoa, you just gotta stand around. Yeah, all of a sudden, dancing became on the down low. Yeah, that was from Happy Land. Yeah, that was a big. You imagine a whole big ass dance floor. Then they got to put a couch over there, put a light, put 2 chairs. Like,
a fake palm tree.
Yeah,
and also
made you feel like you were in a fish tank. A turtle in a fish tank.
Yeah,
and also the bottle service when I hit the scene too, it took the attention off of dancing.
Yeah, it's deep, man. We got it bad. We've got it bad for the last 40, 50 years. The garage closed. People were scratching, man. They just stood outside. They didn't know what to do.
There we go.
They didn't know what to do.
No.
No. Yeah, it's intense, man. But now worldwide, because I travel, man, there are parties everywhere. They're just trying to do. And the thing is, I don't want to hate, but they're not doing it right. They're doing it. Don't get me wrong. They fly me over. I give them the essence of a club. I'm like, yo, I need 4 bags of balloons. Already, everybody look at me like I'm stupid. And I tell them, you know what? I'm older than all of you, and already you're trying to act like y'all gonna teach me how to party. We need some damn balloons. I sit there, I blow a whole bunch of freaking balloons by my damn self, and then I just kick them around the place. I'm like, hey, look, when they go and get animals out of Africa and they bring them to the stupid zoo, they give them their environment. I need balloons. I bring my little baby powder. You think I'm a sniffing coke. I'm just spraying that shit all over the place. And I said, this is how we party. It's a party. And they go, oh, balloons are for children. I'm going, exactly. Exactly. That's like some people show up with their little tambourine. Everybody's like, what's her problem? Come on, man. You can't tell me. You gotta set up the environment. You gotta set up the environment. Yeah, but people don't understand that, man. They don't understand that. Oh, that's my song. Oh, I know that song. Every song you play, they want to tell you who produced it. You think I care? Really?
Right.
Can you imagine the old day? Oh, that's that OJ.
Yo, Bravo. You mentioned people coming to the clubs with tambourines. Now they're coming in with drums. How do you feel about that? Like drummers?
No, that's all good. Don't forget, those are my people. It's all good. That's all people. That's my people, man. That's the Shannon boys. But you get a good vibe. You get a good vibe, man. Well, I'm a dancer, bro. I get a good vibe. And you want to hear something funny? When Kenny was playing, I can't remember what club it was before he went to studio. Francois used to be irritating the hell out of him because Francois is a drummer.
Yeah.
So
that's true.
So
but now, Francois will throw you out his club if you fanning yourself. If your fan is making a noise in his party, he will throw you out his club.
Yes.
Wow. So
no tambourines, no drums, he will throw you out his club.
No class.
He don't remember those days.
No class.
Bravo. So what's overseas not doing right?
I'm not gonna say they're not doing it right. They're doing it the way. Don't forget, they already have their own culture, which they abandoned. That's the best word I can say, because
completely.
Oh yeah.
You talking about b-boying? Their culture, b-boying?
Our culture, not b-boying, all of it. They put them all together. And I'll make you laugh. I always say, I meet somebody and I say, oh, what style? And I don't care what your name is. I say, what style? And as soon as they say b-boy, I'm like, oh, you mean b-man? And everybody's like, I'm like, dude, you got hair on your chest, bro. You got a freaking mustache. I come from New York. When they told me b-boys, you know why they were b-boys? Because they were 12. As soon as you can palm a basketball or chase girls, ain't nobody rolling around no linoleum. No. So anyway,
but Bravo, but there's stigma with just the dance in general, because someone who vogues automatically assume that they're gay. They don't have to be gay. Or someone who wax will automatically assume that they're gay and doesn't necessarily mean that they're gay. So there's stigma amongst, because you mentioned like the b-boy with the age thing.
Yeah, it's true. That's why it's called a b-boy.
But there is stigma with the dance.
Oh no, of course.
Well, back in the day, if somebody was if they went like Joey Llanos and Tony and all of them, they were jujitsu, kung fu, taekwondo. That's what they went to school for that. But they would come in the club and do that, and they would be called lawful.
Yeah, but I already gave you the.
They was just doing jujitsu to music.
Yeah. But again, the thing is I'll give you a perfect example. Now they have different categories for Vogue. It's not just Vogue.
Right.
And, oh, what? Help me here. Hand performance. Vogue Real, right? Vogue Femme. Old Way, and New Way. Let me make you laugh about Vogue Femme. And we can help me vouch for this. Vogue Femme is not supposed to have a real woman in it.
That's right.
Doesn't make sense.
It's not authentic. It's not authentic.
It doesn't.
No. It doesn't make sense.
No.
How's that?
Nope.
How's that? I'm not even gonna go with authenticity.
Because a woman can't impersonate a woman. You are a woman.
So understand what I'm just said to you. Again, we're having this conversation at the table because we're family. I've been told it's Vogue Femme. You can't go in the pier as a chick and hang with the kids. It doesn't make sense. What, you're gonna touch your coochie, meaning I'd like to get rid of this?
It's contradictory.
But guess what? They don't get it, depending on what country you're from, especially the Russians, because they all think they're pretty. And I used to be model, so that's the perfect category for me.
Yeah.
Right. But when I say it, everybody's like, oh, Bravo's crazy. Bravo's deep. Bravo's going in. I'm like, no, I come from this shit. Vogue Femme is supposed to be a whole bunch of guys that are not wannabe guys. Because you're acting like a chick. You're already a chick, lady. Stop. It doesn't make sense.
Right.
You know?
Yes. All right. So someone in the chat
love my vagina. Oh my God.
You to explain that again. Like
wait. Dawn said love her vagina.
so Bravo, I want you to explain that over again, because I think they're trying to register it, like, you know, like.
So if anybody watches Legendary, they had this issue with Willie Ninja's family when the women were walking Femme Queen, right? And they were pissed. They were like, how could she walk this category? She can't walk this category. And I agree. How can you walk this category? You're just walking who you are.
Doesn't make sense.
None.
Doesn't make sense. And
it's the same difference. It's the same difference as the issue they having with transgender athletes wanting to race in women's track. You a man that you change yourself from a man to a woman, and now you want to race against women. That's not it. That's not right.
With the strength of a man.
Yeah, you still got the strength and body of a man.
That's right.
It's the same difference. Same difference. One cancels out the other. You cannot pretend to be what you already are.
Share, Rico. That's right.
So there's different.
Drop that mic.
He's laughing at us, y'all.
He's agreeing with us. Because it's true.
I'm stuck with this. I travel, man. I'm stuck with this. I watch these categories. I watch them.
So there's different, because I remember, like, there was watching Paris is Burning. Like, they have Butch Queen. Yeah, like, they had certain categories. So who's the gatekeeper for all this? Like, who's the one to say, hey, nope.
You can't gatekeep it. You can't gatekeep. Like I said, depending on what country you come. I pick on the Russians because they're the ones that everybody's born pretty. So that's why they figure they can just jump in Vogue and walk. Don't forget, in latex, when latex first started, when those
That's
kids
right, House of Latex, Carolyn Latex.
When the kids came in, they were like, the fuck? Because again, Escuelita, I put in the sound system at Escuelita because the DJ is one of my partners, Ray Lorenzo. And at Escuelita, they had crazy ass Tuesday nights. They were doing it, man. Crazy. And when the students used to leave Archie's class, and where can we go to actually see real voguing? Escuelita. So I used to tell them, don't go on the line. Don't go on the line. Don't take your little European ass and get on the line thinking it's okay. Stand across the street exactly from the door. I am going to call the guy at the door. I say, yo, 4 people across the street, they're mine. Let them in. Because the shade was deep.
Yeah.
On the line? Like, what? How come?
Because they're showing up with real titties and coochies.
Yeah.
And then they're going to go downstairs with a whole bunch of shishis. That don't play, man. They tear your ass up physically down there. So I said, don't go stand on the line. That's 1. 2, when you get inside, do not dance. Because there's a difference between taking classes and jumping in the pit. Because you start to do, because a gay femme person will turn hood on your monkey ass in a minute. They slap each other, they'll bop you. They'll be like, oh, sucks to be you, honey. I thought you had a kickstand, my bad. Yeah, so I had to tell them that. Now, because of business, latex, you go to latex ball, it's half and half.
The House of Latex Ball. I worked for Gay Men's Health Crisis for many, many years. So
okay,
God rest his soul, mother of the House of Latex, Arbor Santana, very, very good friend of mine. We were among the original latex. Because it was all about pushing safe sex. That's what we did. And that was the whole purpose for the House of Latex Ball. But you learn proper etiquette in the ball environment.
That's the word.
Learn your place. You learn your place. My family did like the security for the latex ball, and this was at Roseland. You know, Roseland is a really huge space, and you have to have a sensitivity and a respect and an honor for the people that are coming here. You can't go touching people like, you know, you have to have some etiquette. You have to have that. And you have to understand what environment you're in. You can't come here and do what you want to do. You have to come here and do what has to be done.
That's right.
And respect the environment. First and foremost, you respect the environment. Right. You visited somebody else's house. They're not in your house.
That's right.
That's why I told them, do not get on the line.
So you don't come in there and you want to try to bust out stuff. You got to work your way up just like everybody else. Everybody has to pay their dues.
That's right.
You don't step out as the star when it's your first, second time there. You got to work your way into the family. Exactly. And a lot of times people felt like, well, I could do better than them. And you don't know, they got a whole family behind them.
Whole family.
That will wrap you up and throw you in the Hudson River.
That's why I told them, do not dance in there. Watch, do not dance.
Right. That's right.
But all that's changed.
Sorry, somebody's got some background noise going on.
I didn't touch anything.
But I can hear it. It sounds like something in the back. All right,
that's the kids. That's the kids throwing shade, baby.
Okay. Listen, honey.
They're throwing shade.
So Bravo. So is it not appropriate for a woman to vogue?
Vogue femme, the category.
We're talking about walking a ball, Will. Like it's definitely not appropriate for a woman to try to walk femme.
Listen, when you see your Iman, Tyra Banks, any of them, you could want to be Christy Brinkley. I don't care. But if you're already a chick, the whole idea was because all of these kids from the pier are imitating. It's Halloween every day for them. They're in another zone. This is not your Chris. What's his name? Bruce Gender. This is not Bruce Gender.
No,
this is not Cher's. This is not. This is not Cher's son. These are people from the hood, man.
Yep, and these kids work very hard. They work very hard.
They're doing what they call mopping.
But
they're mopping up and down Fifth Avenue, getting the right clothes.
The thing about it, Will, is what's most important in these balls or in these walks is that the people that's trying to win are trying to represent that category as much as possible without being that from birth.
That's why
So
that's what makes it.
It's just like a woman born a woman will go into the ball and they will walk in the realness or the butch or whatever. They have to look as much as a man and not show any resemblance to being a woman. And that's the ones that went. And the same it goes in reverse. You have to be born a man and have no flaws.
Flawless.
Where somebody could just pick you out and say, well, I could see certain similarities, or you got a Adam's apple, or you got a whatever. They have to look so much like a woman and be born a man. So a woman who's already born a woman cheats the game.
Exactly.
And if the judge wants to come over and check product, you better not have.
Don't flinch. They say don't flinch.
Across the board for
Don't flinch.
So, you want to hear something funny?
Bravo.
You ever see the category for face? They just show up and put their face on the table.
That's right.
That's right.
Open
like
mouth, teeth, everything. That's right.
All right.
That's right.
So bravo. I think the chat room was the kind of I guess they're trying to connect with what you're saying. So Dawn, shout outs to Dawn, Joy said Mel. We also got Sharon Tony, O'Shea
Sharon.
Star Amplify. But Dawn, she says she doesn't understand a woman wanting to want in a transgender show. That makes no sense.
They don't look at it that way. You're talking nightlife compared to real life. There's a difference. That word transgender, we never use that word. I don't even know what that word is.
Just to Dawn's point, just a little clarification for Dawn, it's not about the woman walking in a film category in a transgender show. It's about the accolades. So say that woman has all these gay friends and she wins the trophy. She gets props for that. She gets street credit. Yeah. So that's what is more important. But you can't try to like fake the fake. So a lot of times you will have women who have more gay friends, and their gay friends will encourage them to, try to pass for the accolades, for the house. For the house, it might be a house that ain't won no trophies, and they found this real girl, who they try to pass off.
But you got to remember also, this is a subculture. This is a world. This is not
it's
a game.
Real world.
This is not a game. This is the only place that this sect of people have to validate this thing. And so somebody can come in there and feel like, and somebody else can come in there and say, oh, I feel like I can have this here, but I can't have it out there on the runway with Tyra Banks and those. But in here, I can do it.
So Dawn said, I'm a hag from the 80s.
Yes, you are.
Dawn!
Yes,
okay.
you are.
That is
Dawn.
Okay.
You nailed it, Dawn.
Go ahead, girl.
I'll give you my two perfect Vogue femmes. Kevin Aviance, RuPaul. Because those are men.
Yep. And Ru
they can twist it on
you. Men.
Yes.
They can twist it on you.
In there.
Renee, yes. That's my people. Renee, thank you. Thank you, Will. They're twisted on you. But RuPaul's gotta be the only man that has a Maybelline or Revlon contract.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then he can take that suit that off and show up in his Brooks Brothers.
That's right.
How you doing?
That's
what
right.
we doing today? What's going on? That's
and be Mr. Femme. Paul. That's right.
That's Vogue right. Femme. Kevin Aviance. That's Vogue Femme.
Yeah.
But are you going to show up as Susie Q and still be Susie Q?
Right.
What is that? Ain't right. When you go see a cabaret show, You go in the back, these guys are shaving, they plucking stuff and tucking stuff.
Yes, yes, that's right.
And
But
waxing.
But that's the show. That's the show.
Look, and waxing.
Okay.
Wax on, wax
and
off.
waxing.
Okay. Let me share this with you. In Paris is Burning, when they came up, the category came Vogue Real. It was Vogue Real. It was a heavyset dude. He came out naked.
I remember that. Yeah, that scene.
But guess what? Miss Thing was well tucked. Naked. That's how you win a category, baby. That's how he naked. It was just like, oh, the place went nuts. Because that's as real as it can get. Because if he opens his leg 2 inches, gag.
Oh man.
Yeah.
All the terms. They don't even know what the terms mean. That's the term, gag. But he won't do that to you. I saw a show at Esquelita, I gagged. Young lady came out. She came out with a beach chair, all that stuff you would use for Coney Island. Put on some took cucumbers, cut 2 pieces, put in on her eye, and just laid there and just chilled. The whole song went. When the song finished, do you know what she did? She opened her legs and pulled out a tampon and just walked off. The kids were like, because one, she flipped it on them and they accepted her for that. But she pulled out a tampon and was like, oops, never mind. I must be at the wrong place. See, that's the twist. I'll buy that. But don't come looking, don't come looking sexy.
That's something done. That's something done for effect, for a response. And it could be done either way. But that's when somebody does something like that or act like that, that's for a response, for an effect. But it has happened many a times, but it was always for the biggest accolades, the biggest,
Listen,
encore, whatever.
Kevin was doing the show and did a move, bent over and turned around, and one of his jewels popped out. And he said, sorry about that. But it's just
yeah. So Bravo. So like the houses today are different today than they were yesterday.
Now they're all over the world. There's chapters. They're all over the world.
Yep.
Yeah. Everybody jumped.
I think it was Seth Mel. He talked about remembering Magnificent. And now the houses that came from New York. That's a New York thing, right?
Well, that's because they're imitating Fashion Week.
Yeah, and they're imitating haute couture. Haute couture came from Paris. If you go for Fashion Week to Paris, when you go to see haute couture, you have to go to the houses. Each designer had a house, and that's where it came from.
Yeah.
All right.
Same thing with Milan. Their houses, and they actually have those names. They keep those names. They keep those names.
Each house has its own name.
If you have a question for Bravo, please put it in the chat. Anyone have any questions here on the panel for
clubs?
Bravo?
I worked in a lot of the clubs.
Bravo.
I worked at Ozone. I even worked 1018 Roxy's when all our things closed up. I worked at the 10, for all that hip hop. That was the headquarters for all the hip hop stuff.
Yep.
I have a question for you, Bravo.
Shoot.
Coming up in the 70s, the first song that I heard that let me know that I had some energy inside me that connected with music was Somakusa. And I have been chasing that ever since.
Is that right?
I came into my heart song, but that is what started my journey.
No way.
What is that song for you? What was
back in the 70s, don't forget, everybody was trying to be black, dashiki and all that. And the funny part about it is, we didn't have the African American title back then.
That's right.
You had Negroes either from Haiti, Dominican Republic, Puerto Rico was just Puerto Rico. The big deal for Somakusa was it made people feel like, yo, we African, but nobody knew what Amunaye mean. Amunaye,
No.
nobody knew.
No.
But it just made you proud. It just made you crazy ass proud. When it came on, mama sa, mama kusa, and then
yes.
My man said makusa. But the funny part about it, till this day, none of us can Google what the hell that shit says, what it means.
But it felt good.
Michael Jackson got his hands on it with his brothers, and then mama say, mama kusa, mama say, mama kusa. It took him like 20 years to get money from that, and he only died within the last year and a half.
Right.
Yeah, man. He only died.
Wow,
Yeah, it took a long
first
time.
record I ever bought.
He sued the pants off of them, and I think one of the other ones, please don't stop the music. They stole it too.
Wow.
They stole it too, and that's an insult. Don't touch that, because again, what it means, just like you said, it had something to it. Brothers put on their dashikis. You had Jim Kelly. Enter the Dragon.
Everybody wore their natural.
Yes.
Three the hard
You wore your natural. We went from being called colored to black.
Yes.
Yeah. You got.
We didn't know nothing about African American. We was colored and went from colored to being black.
You from down
Negro
south.
is on my birth certificate. I don't know about y'all. I got Negro on mine. My mama's a Negro. My daddy's Negro.
I was a 60.
And I was born in L.A. Negro.
Let me scare you. When I came here, I was given an alien registration card. I'm still pissed off about that one. It said aliens. Okay? It said alien. It didn't even say Haiti. It didn't say Caribbean. It said alien registration.
Some unknown place.
Okay? Now, with the Somakusa, believe it or not, that's credited to David Mancuso.
Yeah.
He's the one, because David Mancuso ran what would be the first record pool.
Right.
That's what that place was in the daytime. Companies were just sending records. He play them. He gives them reviews. Cats was coming to his place, collect records, this and whole bit. And when he played Somakusa, because again, David plays stuff from beginning to end. Frankie Crocker from BLS was at the Loft and was like, yo, damn, everybody's going nuts on this one. What is that? So he turned Frankie Crocker onto it. Then next thing you know, it's on WBLS.
Yes.
In stereo, Rio.
Oh my God! But don't forget my question.
It stands for World's Best Looking Sound.
So, what was that song for you?
It was hot because everybody was doing the bump.
No. I'm going back to my question. I'm telling you that Somakusa was that for me. What was that song that triggered your?
Oh, me? Oh my goodness. Put the music where your mouth is. 1972.
Wow.
No words, baby.
That song was so much. That was so much a basement party. I always remember that. I always remember being in somebody's basement hearing that.
See, no words, man. I was just gone, man. I was like, wow. But I have a whole bunch. Don't get me wrong. There's a whole bunch. Scorpio. Anything I saw the guys going crazy to. Don't forget, I'm busy
That's
trying
a blue light. That's a blue light special. A blue light special.
Or Olympic players. I'm sorry?
Scorpio. I haven't heard that in a
while. Bam. Again, instrumentals.
Hazy is having a good time with this one, Will.
Yeah. But here's another one.
Yes.
Another one that had me really going, 1976, Gem on the Group.
Oh, yeah.
Because don't forget, it had the Caribbean thing going. And then the break comes in, it's like, oh, that's Nell Gwynn's.
But like those jams that you mentioned, definitely are, Loft staple songs, but cats like Kool Herc were playing those jams like in the parks, in the streets, like Scorpio and all of them. You had to
have those were played on the radio.
Of
Scorpio was on before FM. It was on AM. WOR radio. Yeah, that's where I heard it. You get the small little radio from Woolworth.
Oh my goodness! Yeah. Little transistor. Put under your pillow at night. Stop playing.
I love Woolworth.
Wow!
Come on, man. I'm here for a reason.
There's another question. So Dawn wants to know, how can she get in contact with Jeff Shelby for the hustle lessons?
You just Jeff Shelby. Everybody's touchable. Go on Instagram, Jeff Shelby. Hey, hi, how you doing? I want to meet up at the park now. He's got a new park thing going on, which is the Roost. That's how he started, in the park.
Right.
Yeah.
Shout out to the Shelby brothers.
His brother's one of my DJ partners. Yeah, just go on Instagram, Facebook, Jeff Selby. He's reachable. Today's his birthday. So say happy birthday and then tell him what you want.
Happy birthday.
Yeah.
There's your opening right there.
When's the next session? Bravo said, what's up? Yeah, that's all. We're good.
All right. So shout outs to Nieves, Mahazi Bay. So again, family, any questions that you have for Bravo, put it in the chat. Other questions?
No, he covered the
How
whole.
we doing, gang? Am I the only one that's happy?
It's hot. Yes, I'm happy.
I'm happy.
I am happy.
So
WWRL AM radio. That's I forgot.
That's right.
Yes.
Yeah.
So Bravo, how did were you around still when the hip hop culture emerged into the house scene?
House, yeah, which is hip house. That was a genre. That was a term at that time. The biggest one would be stomp.
So,
That's to me the biggest one. And Doug Lazy.
But things were changing. Like the dance moves were changing up.
Well, that's when again, Khalif and his crew. That's when they were taking over. That's over from the tunnel and the world. Yeah, man. Because you got to remember, they had their own DJs too. Just like we got the guys from the Paradise Garage. They had their own DJs. Camacho, Bobby Condors, all the House Nation parties.
yes.
Yeah, they got their own thing. Snob Busters. Y'all remember that?
Yeah.
Come on, man.
So Bravo, I'm going to throw this one out here. I expect that in 2022 to find you at a Bliss NYC party sometime.
I want to hang with y'all, man. I like you people.
All right.
I want to show up and scare the shit out of y'all. Be like, damn, he's crazy.
I'm gonna be practicing.
No, don't do that, honey. I will stop your heart. I guarantee. Trust me, I'm dangerous. I can tell you that now. I am scary. No, it is. I scare myself. I look in the mirror and I'm like, oh, like Teddy Pendergrass, you can't hide from yourself. Everywhere you go, there you are. This stuff is in me, man. I love this like you don't know. I really do.
Which dancer gives you that run for your money? Like that you can say like, yo,
like a dance partner? Do you mean?
They all do. No, they all do. They all do. Trust me, they all do. But I'm just happy to I got the lungs, man. That's all that I can still hang. That shit hurts, man. If you see me move, that shit hurts. I can tell you that now. I laugh to myself. Yeah, don't look at my feet. Look at my face. You'd be like, he's laughing to himself. I'm cracking up. You know why? Because for me, it's an honor, not a gift. Because I watch my dad and my brothers, and I'm just going back. That's all it is. I'm not even going forward. I'm just going back. I'm busting moves. I'm just going back, and I'm loving it, man. That's like I mentioned to you guys. I say Roger Grimsby, Eyewitness News. You mention certain things, it just hits you. It triggers you. I keep triggering myself. That's why these kids watch me dance and be like, oh, your house is different. I'm like, because I'm not a damn house dancer. They can't understand that. I've been dancing the same way since I was 11. House didn't come to me.
But someone would look at you and assume that you're doing house dancing because...
Well, I tell you what, play some jazz or salsa and watch me go. Trust me. Look at my Instagram. Look at my Instagram. I rip that thing apart, man. Even now, I'm doing Haitian dance on purpose. Yeah, last month was September. All I kept doing was these cute little easy stuff, not just fast Bravo stuff. Just breaking it down, making it simple. Now I'm doing all this Haitian stuff. It looks like I'm having sex by myself. But it's very hard to do. You try 7 minutes of just standing there, just holding you like, what's wrong with him? It's very hard to do. It's a mental thing more than a physical thing. But I want people to see that I'm a dancer.
Before the pandemic, our Bliss NYC events, we noticed we were beginning to get a lot of the younger dancers. They started to come into.
They're coming. You ain't got no choice because you don't have a lot of the old ones left. They can't hang. The young ones, they got time for you.
Got you. And I got to, give respect, and credit to Kirk Shelton. I don't know if you know Kirk Shelton.
Kirk is hanging, man. He's old school. He's hanging.
He started, just congregating with a lot of the dancers, the younger dancers, and he was bringing some of those dancers into our, to our event.
Yeah.
Like, what do you recommend as far as collating the younger? The younger audiences, because you mentioned like the colleagues, the Camacho, because the connection that Camacho,
they had their own DJ,
Nick Jones, all of them, they still had that connection to the loft. They still had that connection to, the veteran heads.
Yes. Yes.
So what do you recommend, like, as far as bringing that together?
You can just invite the old cats, but Kirk is always out, man. He shows up. He still wears loft wear. As a matter of fact, people don't talk about that. There's certain clothes that we wore at the loft. See, everybody trying to say it's a dance. I'm like, how come you don't pick on the fashion? But back then we had canal jeans, Renaissance, Capizios. There's two types of shoes you wear when you're a loft or garage head: the Capizios or the wrestling shoes. Those are the two types of dancers with the baggy pants. Yeah, man. There's a.
What about the Chinese slippers?
Chinese slippers.
Yes.
Thank you.
The Chinese slippers.
Yeah.
And you had to have at least 5 pair because you wore them babies out.
Yeah, but Kirk still wears his jumper.
Yeah.
Kirk wears his jumper. That's from the loft. That's a loft thing. That jumper is a loft thing. They still sell them, by the way. Renaissance, 13 and 5th Avenue. $60.
I used to have a pair.
I gotta go get
Okay. Well, I got mine, baby. They still have those.
But see, it's like, but then when we came onto the scene, I mean, definitely the Capizios, but we started bringing in like the Converses. We were bringing that back into the mix.
But you guys, and then that scene with the big boots, back to hip house. Hip house. You had Doug Lazy, Stomp, then. No, you know who? Boom, 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 boom.
Yes.
Bobby Condors?
No. That's boom, 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 boom. Watch it, bro. I know my tunes.
What's that song? I love that.
The heavy set guy from Heavy D. Heavy D. When he did that Third World song over. Now That We Found Love.
No way.
Yeah.
But what's crazy? Like,
yes,
I'm gonna be humming that tomorrow.
The commercial heads, they know about our music. They know about our culture a lot.
Yeah.
Like, you take cats like Jazzy Jeff, they got their ears to the pavement. They see what
they sampling. Do. Yeah, man, they sampling.
You know what shocked me? You know what really shocked me? Being around 30, 40 years, when I found out that P. Diddy listens to house.
Look at Kanye West. Look at Kanye West. They don't do their homework, bro.
That blew my mind. I was like, wait. I couldn't even digest that.
Nah, man. There's one thing they make their money off of.
They're so commercialized in the hip hop scene. It seemed like they was be so far and distant from that.
They're making their money. I'm sorry. Kanye West is from Chicago. How is he gonna miss house?
Exactly. That's true.
How you gonna miss house? Look at Todd Terry. Todd Terry did a lot of freestyle.
Yeah.
Okay, back to the clubs. Who was playing at Heartthrobs?
Oh, I don't know that one.
Who was playing at Funhouse?
Johnny
okay. Thank you. So you got Jelly Bean playing freestyle, and you got Louis Vega playing freestyle at Heartthrobs.
Oh.
Get out.
Yeah, man. Don't forget freestyle. Everybody's kind of sleeping on freestyle. I happen to have 2 or 3 of them that I like very much. But freestyle came in before house.
Didn't I say that?
Freestyle came in because
I said that before you came. I said that before you came on. That I didn't know what loft thing was, and I didn't know what house was. All I knew that we would be freestyling to underground music. That's all I knew. When the housing and the lofting came in, and I was bombarded with that, I was like, well, yeah, I listen to that same music, but that's not what we called it.
Yeah, but freestyle, A-E-I-O-U. Then you got D-Train. Come on, that's a big deal.
Yeah, but that's not freestyle music.
Which one?
The IOU. That's like more like club.
No, man. A-E-I-O-U is freestyle. A-E-I-O-U. Release yourself. Release.
Like, yo, Bravo. When I think of freestyle, I'm thinking like Cynthia, TKA, Judy Torres. Like, there's some that will cross over, like Hanson and Davis.
Crossover. There you go. That's the word.
Colonel Abrams.
That's the word.
Set It Off by Strafe. That could be freestyle.
Guess what? Set It Off is the only one. I'm in the group, buddy. Set It Off is the only song that covers 5 genres. The only one. We are in 265 compilations. It covers hip hop, freestyle, house, club, R&B. It's been sampled probably the most out of every song possible in anybody's crate. To Set It Off.
What about Nobody's Got Time?
Eddie Grant.
Yes.
Guess what? Between Nobody's Got Time and then you got Living on the Front Line.
Yes. Boom, 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 boom.
That's 6 o'clock in the morning, baby. 9 at the loft.
I said, yeah.
Oh,
yeah. Boom, boom, boom.
So,
yeah, man.
Bravo.
Yes, sir.
I screwed up Dawn's question. Basically, she said she wants to dance with you.
Oh, me? Not Jeff?
Yeah, Dawn wants to dance with you.
She wants to dance with you personally.
She wanted me to get it straight because I screwed up the her comment.
Oh, anytime.
She's requesting a dance.
Anytime. Hit me up. I'm sorry.
Or is she requesting
just hit me up. Hit me up, Instagram. I'm probably gonna do something. I do them like every 12 hours. But if we're clubbing or whatever, hit me up. I'm easy. Oh, we gonna dance. You want to dance? We dance.
So what is your Instagram?
Bravo Brahms.
Okay.
We'll transfer him over. I killed Will with a whole bunch of stuff today. Sorry about that, bro.
All right.
I was feeling good, man. Oh my gosh. Yeah, please, if you don't mind, all of you, just hit me up. This way I can send you some of my junk. But you're probably gonna get tired of me because people think I don't sleep because I send them things all over the world, man. Cool. All over the world. Yeah, my Instagram is, I think, pretty impressive because I don't have junk on it. Yeah, I got stuff, man. I'm jamming, dancing, something, or just popping smack about people that shouldn't be vogue-femming if they got a coochie. I'm just saying.
Starting up issues.
Hey.
So
yeah, there it is.
That's Bravo family. If you want to make that connection, definitely reach out to.
Yeah, please. I put good stuff up. It's fun.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, I stand by what I do. I feel real about it. I'm proud of it. Oh, I'm doing Carnegie Hall on November 11th.
Oh, nice.
Talk about that. Like, what's that?
Go figure that shit out. Yeah, man. Yeah, I've done Radio City Freestyle Fest because I'm the primary dancer for Set It Off for the last 35 years.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm in the group.
Yes.
Carnegie Hall.
Yeah, I'm doing Carnegie Hall, but I'm doing with my Chinese crew.
Okay.
And I'm a special guest, so I'm gonna just like scare the shit out of that place. I mean, you know, come on, look at me. Carnegie Hall, you're like, what? Yeah, the only thing that's gonna fly is the name Brahms. That'll shut them down for a minute. I'll be able to get in. I'll be able to get in the door with Brahms, but then after that, they're in trouble.
And that's the only thing they're gonna recognize.
But you'll hear about it. Trust me, you will, because somebody's gonna be like, "Oh my God, how did he get in here?" Because I'm doing one of my jams. Because Will, I sent you my first song. There was video from 1978.
Yeah.
Yeah, 87. Sorry, from 87 on YouTube. It's kind of fun.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just doing my thing. That was my first record.
Now, Breed Emotions. That's with Archie.
Archie and Tyrone Proctor started it. Tyrone is the original member from Soul Train.
Right.
Now,
they put it together. We all hung out, and then they asked me to join the group. I told them no because I don't do groups. I only do solo. But then I had to join because I can't say no to Archie. I go back with Archie from 1980, 81.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're tight.
Now, were you part of the group when they performed at the garage? Were you performing during that time?
How you think they got the gig?
Mm-hmm.
I performed at the garage 6 times.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I done Roseland 12 times.
What was that experience like for you?
Every club in New York City. Every top to the bottom. I did Roseland 12, Radio City. I did Radio City 3 years ago at a big freestyle fest. They're all fun. Because again, when you're a loft person, you feel special. When you're a garage person, you feel special. You're doing things that people can't even imagine.
Right.
You know, to be able to say you hung out at the garage. Oh my God. You know, it was just like, okay, walk in the park. There goes Keith Haring. There goes Grace Jones. There goes so-and-so. It was like that.
Yeah.
You know,
Luther Vandross.
The works. Like Boy Jarvis, my idol, very good friend of mine.
Rest in peace, boy.
We just hang out. We just hang out. The biggest mistake that ever happened in the last 5 years to our culture is Soul Summit, which I have to call it out because can't nobody come looking for me because I'm available. So I'll come looking for them before they look for me. They had a tribute to Boy Jarvis, and they didn't play one Boy Jarvis song.
What?
I don't know if y'all heard about that, but it didn't make any sense at all.
Yeah, that would make no sense.
Yeah, it was on the flyer, tribute to Boy Jarvis.
I remember that.
Not one. And Timmy Regisford was playing. I think maybe all the other DJs figured, being that that's his right-hand man, they all did all this production together. Don't play anything, let Timmy do it. Maybe when Timmy came on, figured they already did it. Not one Boy Jarvis song was played at Fort Greene Soul Summit tribute to Boy Jarvis. Go figure.
Wow.
That's an insult. Is this thing on?
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah. We heard
I am like,
we heard that's an insult.
listen, the mic done rolled under the bed.
I think the silence is because y'all going,
like, what?
Really?
No, I was
Get out of here.
Is that possible?
We remember that.
Yeah, because that was a big mic you just dropped.
Yes, it rolled under the bed. I can't even reach it.
Listen, all they had to do
Well, I
was
had to go chasing it.
Okay.
All they had to do was play The Music's Got Me.
Yeah.
That's all they had to play. Not to mention all the other stuff that he's done.
Yeah.
He worked on my second record, but The Music's Got Me. Visual.
Yeah. Beautiful person.
See? I'm talking from the heart.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Those are these mistakes that we make that are not right. Oh, you got me live, baby. Oh, that's live. VHS.
That's VHS?
1988.
Wow.
Bravo. Where was this?
That's on Nevins and Flatbush. It's called When Worlds Collide. That's Strafe started that as a nice little place for artists to just show up and push their craft.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
and if you play the other one, that would be before cable. There was something in only Lower Manhattan, Channel C or something like that. I did it. The guy saw me perform at Limelight, and he says, "You're fabulous. I have a TV program. Would you like to do it?" I'm like, "Sure. When is it?" He goes, "It's 8 o'clock tomorrow morning." I said, "I'll be there." I showed up at 7:30. I ripped that thing apart for 5 minutes.
Wow.
Just like that. God damn. Yeah. If you don't mind, play the other one, please.
All right. Before we do, just give me a minute.
Sure,
so there's a question. First, I just want to give a shout out to Willie Wall and
my man.
So Tariq Collins have a question for you, Bravo.
I took Tariq to Vienna 25 years ago.
Okay. So the question is, should dancers who teach the dance of Vogue or even whacking be required in some way to know the history of such dance from the studio in order to teach?
It would help.
Yeah.
I mean, why would you want to teach something if you don't know what you teach?
Where it came from.
That doesn't make any. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm just saying. Should I answer that? No.
You answer it.
You better. Yeah, you better. Please. If it's my money, you better, because I'll wait for you outside, man. I'm gonna take my money back and maybe some of yours.
Better.
Because I always tell the kids, if you ever took a lofting class, just sue the person that taught it to you. Yeah. I always tell them that. I'm here to give advice, man. Just sue them. Because you know what it is? Believe it or not, here's the funny part about the lofting thing. It's the only dance style that they can't backtrack where they learned it for or where their teacher learned it from. It's the only one. I know that for a fact. Nobody can tell you where'd you get it from. Oh, well, I heard. They can't back. All the other ones, you can backtrack. B-boy, they all got their mentors. You can backtrack all of them, except the one lofting, the one that doesn't exist, the one that they made up. Yeah, it's a Bitcoin.
But how come he can't be backtracked?
Because nobody ever laid that. Nobody laid it out. That's why. This is all the perfect examples I keep laying down.
It wasn't documented.
Yeah, because it doesn't exist. It can't be laid down.
And because it was a place.
Thank you. Yeah, I got this. Trust me. When I die, everybody, you're gonna be laughing. You're gonna be, oh, he was right. I don't care if anybody believes me. I know what I'm talking about.
We laughing now.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, I like you.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but it can't be backtracked. Trust me, it can't. Like I can tell you guys, you can play anything. I see me dancing, I can tell you, I got that from so-and-so 1974. I got that from so-and-so. I've been doing this since I was 11. I can do that. Oh, I got that. My pops used to always do that one. Oh, that's my brother trying to act like my pops. I can do that to all of them. I can tell you, oh, that's the Fred Astaire one. Oh, that's the Nicholas brother one. Oh, that's I'm coming in right now like Gregory Hines. I can do that to anything. You can play anything, any of mine. I can tell you. I can tell you that's right there. I was out of breath, and that's what I had to do to get my. Yeah, I remember them all. I really do.
So you would dance all around the house when you were young?
Yeah.
And have your parents be like, what's he doing?
Well, don't forget, my household, if you don't dance, shit happens, honey. Hey, you get beat down. My pops was crazy dancer. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So I had it like that. That's why, again, I was already set to be what I am since I was 11. Because I like the flavor, watching my pops have fun. I'm like, I want to have fun just like that. I want to feel happy all the time.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, all the time. Yeah. And then I switched it between my dad and my brother. Whatever bad habits they had, I fixed it. Don't look down. Don't do this. Yeah, you see that? That's a TV program. The camera guys went nuts. It was 8 o'clock in the morning. They were like, I can hear him in the back talking. Like, damn, he's moving. Yeah. And then it goes crazy. Watch. Here we go. Wow. The guy's like, oh shit, camera one, you got him? I got him. Camera two, oh my God. I can hear him in the back. See, that's VHS. They're doing all that live, like Star Trek.
Wow.
And if you notice, I'm not sweating yet. In the next 2 minutes, I'm going to be shining like a light bulb. Yeah, that was fun. For 8 o'clock. That's 8 a.m.
Wow.
Like in February.
VHS.
All the way on the west side. And it's funny, anytime I walk down Wall Street, people just like, I've seen you before. Because they're only downtown. The guy was like, wow, man, you're pretty fast for a tall guy. And I said to myself, you mean black?
What year was this?
Down in West Side.
What year?
Oh, 88.
It's a video music box.
Yeah, again, this back then, that's the VHS thing. You need a lot of oxygen.
Yeah.
It's so funny that now watching this snippet, I remember who you were. Or who you are.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now watching, I don't know why. Now as I'm watching this, I'm like, oh shoot. I remember
the connection.
I don't owe you $5, do I?
Yeah, you $5 and a nickel. Get out.
Yeah, but the guys on the cameras are going, camera, it was A, B, and C. Camera C, are you there? Oh, you got this? He's like, this guy's moving. I can hear them talking.
Yes.
Yeah, I just finished doing the Limelight at 2 a.m.
Oh, wow. Yeah, we had energy back then.
That's that energy. Yeah, a lot
I
of
told
energy.
you. Let me show up at that party, see what happens.
Get out of town.
Bravo.
Nice.
No, that's an excellent footage,
Bravo,
man.
Bravo, very nice. Loved it.
Get out of town.
And you guys, Bunny Rice, Sandy.
Yeah.
Now, Bravo, I got one last question. Now,
Yes, sir.
there's a distinction between vogue and whacking or swaying. I mean, even though sometimes people will get it confused because of the arm movements, but with whacking, it's more
Horns,
theatrical, right? It's more theatrical.
Well, that's different categories now in voguing. So you would get theatricals. You got theatricals in both. The only thing I can say is one from West Coast and the other one's from East Coast. And it's different music. Because don't forget, whackers don't do canti, walk for the runway. Whacking don't do that. Whacking is relight my fire. Voguing gonna dance couldn't relight my fire. No. No. That's why there's an issue, because they're actually taking something away and saying that's ours. And you're like, really? You know, nobody was dancing like that when they came out. Because I always insult and scare the shit out of everybody. So nobody was dancing like that when they came out. That's like James Brown, because breakdancing is James Brown. Everybody knows that. When you look at James Brown, he got them girls up there. You know, James Brown was doing his thing, but he wasn't, you know, whatever it is that's like Just Begun. Just Begun supposed to be his breakdance anthem, right?
Right.
You look at Jimmy Castor, them boys is just jamming. My perfect example, because of a hip hop anthem, would be Incredible Bongo Rock, Apache. If you get your hands on that album, 1966, that's West Coast beach music. Bang, bang, bang. Oh, wipe out. That song is actually on the same album. It's on the same album, but the Bronx took it, right? It's the Bronx. That shit is West Coast, man.
Okay.
You know, that's like a Quentin Tarantino soundtrack.
Yeah.
But when you listen to it, you're like, damn, you know, like holy shit! It just because again they took it, and that's what they introduced everybody to. Bang, dang, 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 dang. When you see the band, even the video, they have video. You see them. Ain't nobody breakdancing. It's 1966. I keep up with stuff like that. The Mexican, that's a true story. They're being told. That's like explaining that Christopher Columbus stuff. The Mexican is a deep song, man.
Full circle.
Yeah. Or in the old days, when the Spanish people, there's two different Spanish in New York. You got the DA, which is that Saturday Night Fever look, and then you got your Afro Ricans with a big ass freaking afro, and they had the skinny ties, and they listened to different music. Santa Esmeralda, I'm just a soul whose intentions are good. Oh yeah, please. That's top rocking. Ding 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 ding. Ding 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 ding.
Yes.
And the zoot suits.
David played all of this every week. You get 120 songs in 12 hours for 15 years.
Yep.
Nobody's whacking. Nobody's voguing. Not even hustle.
No.
Not even hustle. They're just enjoying life. Just, hey, oh man, yeah. When the song finished, everybody's clapping 5 minutes, 3 minutes. Next thing you know, he's playing BT Express. Ding, ding, doom, 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 and everybody reacts. Every song, everybody reacts. Your emotions, everybody reacts. That's the name of the game. That's what a party is about. Speaking about a party, you play Fred Wesley. Gonna have a house party. Doom, doom. Gonna have a house party. Everybody get up. It's just music after music. The theme from Car Wash. Oh my God.
But you know, back then it wasn't really a tempo thing, whereas now everything has to be up here.
Yeah.
There's no peaks and valleys.
But that's the guy, he's the one that started it all, man. Everybody had to follow that format. When you want to have a real party, you have to have a loft type party.
Yep.
That's a party. That's a party.
Yep.
You know, he didn't mix. Oh, he didn't produce anything. But everybody who mixed and produced had to go to him.
Yep.
They had to go to him. He was the guy. Before all of this shit. Before Larry was there, before there was a garage, David was already doing parties.
Yeah.
You know, I have a problem when people say black music, black this, black that. I'm like, what? I don't know what that means. That's an insult, man. If you live here in New York, that's an insult to even say that. You know, bang, bang, the bang, bang, go, bang, go. You know the story behind that? That's a white dude. He's some awkward engineer dude, man. The session was finished, man. He's like, oh, I got a little something I'm working on. That shit rocks. So what are you gonna do? I'm not dancing to that. The black guy didn't make it. Give me a break, man. Lucky in Love, Nick Jagger.
E2E4.
E2E4.
Thank you.
I was thinking the same thing. Well, E2E4.
You know what?
I'm like, oh my God.
Oh my God.
Because that's trigonometry.
That
bro.
was hypnotizer, mesmerizer song.
8 o'clock in the morning. That's what that is.
Yeah.
8 o'clock in the morning, the sun is up, they covering shit. At the ozone, they were covering the sun from coming in.
Yes.
And then zipping up my boots.
What about Sting?
Yes, that's my stuff.
Zipping up my boots.
Yes, going
Which
back
one?
to my roots.
What about Sting?
What's the thing? Which one, babe?
The one, what is it?
Police?
Sting from Australia, wherever he's from.
No, he's a Brit. He's a Brit.
He's British.
Englishman. I'm an Englishman. I'm an Englishman in New York. Yeah, he's a Brit. Englishman.
Okay, I thought he was from Australia somewhere.
UK.
But who made that song? You May Find Yourself.
Oh man, David Byrne.
There you go. That song used to drive me crazy.
Come on, man. Let's not talk about the Clash.
Yeah. It was so much music outside of black music that we was listening to.
Level 42, Star Child.
Oh yeah.
Star Child. Bravo. Speaking of the Clash, which version? The vocal version or the non-vocal version?
Both, and the one with Clint Eastwood on it.
Get out.
Clint Eastwood, you got me on that one.
Clint Eastwood.
There's a version of...
Oh, look it up, Will. Look it up. We'll see.
For real?
With Clint Eastwood, the actor.
It's an orange album with a gun on it.
Don't you ever stop, because you're gonna make my day.
You're right.
They talk out of my gear because you're making my day.
They made a bootleg version.
Okay.
I worked in
Clint Eastwood, the actor.
From Dirty Harry. When the break comes on, Magnificent Dance, all of a sudden you hear chimes, and they actually play from the movie when he says, you hear gunshots, and then he does the whole thing. I know what you're wondering, punk. Did I fire 6 shots or was it 7 shots? This is
seven.
Magnum, the most powerful handgun in the world. It will blow your head clean
365 Magnum. Now, do you want
to forget? I can tell you what DJs would play. Penny Carpenter would play the train in the background, leaving the train station. Then you have, hey, you, don't touch that. Touch this. This is the heavy, heavy monster sound. The nastiest sound around. So if you're coming off the street and you're beginning to feel
what about Pat Metheny?
Buster, you better start to move your feet to the rockin'est, rock steady beat of madness. And then they go dang dang down, dang dang dang. They never played that.
Yeah.
That's dance period. And here's the funny part. You know what's on the side of that album? Our house in the middle of the street. Our house. I'm sorry for cutting you off, baby. I'm sorry. But when you do that, you got to keep going.
Keep going. You're on a roll.
No, but nobody actually knows the words. And here's the funny thing. It also comes in Spanish.
I haven't heard that in a long time, though.
It comes in Spanish.
So, family,
the group is called Madness. Sorry.
That's all right. Do we have any other questions for Bravo? Before we
I think he answered everything, man.
Oh, yeah,
he answered questions that wasn't even asked.
Yes.
He answered questions that wasn't even asked.
And Love Money.
Okay.
Boom, 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 boom. Now that's when you should ask vocal or instrumental. I got money in my pocket and I just can't get no love. No love from somebody above. Cupid, thank you. That's right. Just like Time Warp is from Nobody's Got Time with the lyrics.
Yeah.
Oh, every time you turn your radio on, don't hear about love. Don't hear about
day by day with everybody's feeling.
Oh,
everybody's feeling. Get out.
Walking on Sunshine.
Oh, yeah.
Oh man, now that song right there. That song right there.
Dew, a smoking nothing's nothing new. Come on, man. 6 o'clock in the morning.
Mountain top.
We're working till the sun. Oh,
baby. You're mine, you're mine,
Ain't nobody voguing, ain't nobody whacking. You're living. You're just living.
Yes.
It's expression. That's just expression.
You away. Relight my fire.
Mm-hmm.
Let's not get into Sylvester. Come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
Lose your mind.
One of those nights you feel like getting down.
We can go on.
One of those nights.
You can.
One of those nights you feel like getting down. Yeah.
So this is Bliss on the Spot. Myself, Milton, Ricoh Scott, Sandy Paradiselady, Coco, Carolyn Victorian. We got Bravo, Lafortune.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We loved it. Oh yes.
You gotta come back
Going down
again,
memory lane. Cool.
Bravo. Bravo. That was Bravo.
Yes. Yes.
That was Bravo-licious.
Absolutely.
Bravo-licious. All right. So
please hit me up on Instagram. Just say hi.
Yes.
I'm gonna I'll do a dance piece just for all of y'all.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah. I'm just gonna shake it and just go bonkers. This way you can be like, wow, he still got it. Because we talked to him yesterday. Yeah. Trust me. By this time tomorrow, you'll see on Instagram and you'll be like, oh my God, he is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I got lights. I'm gonna do it because I really appreciate you guys. I remember watching the whole clip one time, which people don't get to do, and I just kept laughing. I said, wow, I really want to meet all of them and just share. Nice. So I'm extremely thrilled. And it just makes me happy because I can say something and you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah,
so that's very important to me. Yes. That you understand, you remember. We bring up the club, one DJ, one club. Like, oh wow, not really. Wow, that must be a long. How can they do that? 10 hours? Oh my God!
In the bathroom?
12 hours. You got new disciples.
I've had
you got new disciples now.
Ask me, is it possible for somebody to play for 10 hours, 12 hours? I'm like, I watched it every week for like 15 years. Yeah.
12 hours straight.
Absolutely.
But that's what we come from. And we meaning we understand that. Will you spin? You know, you 5-6 hours, man, you can do some damage. If you can have a whole clan to yourself for that long, you could just take them on a journey, embrace them, beat them up, slap them up, and it's legal. It's legal. You know, when you hear another track that you're gonna play and you're like, oh, I'm gonna wait for 2 more. That's the best feeling in the world, man. To me. Yeah. When you say, oh, not yet.
That's what we get. That's what we would get from our bliss parties. Our bliss parties always had a different theme. They would always take us on a different adventure. Constantly. And being that it was only him, you could follow where he was going.
Okay. Well, now we sat at the table. I know all my cousins. When I see y'all, I'm gonna see y'all. All right. I ain't gonna just be like, oh, okay, we just here. I'm checking my body at the door because I got family here.
Welcome to Bliss NYC, no matter what. You know, definitely. So, Bravo, thanks again, man, for stopping by. It was a pleasure, to have you as our guest on this show. So tomorrow, Bliss NYC, join us 12 p.m. right on Twitch TV. I want to thank all the moderators that's here. Ricoh Scott, Coco, Sandy Paradiselady, Carolyn Victorian. So join us tomorrow, 12. And next Thursday, we have Miranda Nicole. She's going to be joining us on the panel.
Nice.
Looking forward Miranda Nicole throwing down some jewels on like just her and her music. She's dope. So definitely next Thursday, 8 p.m. right here, Twitch TV, Facebook, YouTube.
Whoa, you playing tomorrow at 12? Really? Nice.
It's Friday tomorrow.
Oh, my bad. You know what it is? You used to doing it on a Friday. My bad. But hey, you never know. So I might do a midday mix. John Robinson ain't around no more.
Wow. Robinson.
Yeah, tomorrow's Friday.
Wow. Well, just to let y'all know, if you ever get hungry, I run a couple of restaurants on Lincoln Road and Flatbush Avenue. Maybe y'all should have a Bliss dinner. Come down, sit down. We have a few laughs. If you like Mexican.
Cool.
Rico's birthday.
That sounds like a good idea.
Rico's birthday.
Yeah,
It sounds like a good idea.
I don't know if you know where Brooklyn is, but it's only 8 blocks from the old ozone layer.
Oh, nice. I love the
the train station right there. You take the Q or the B to Prospect Park, and I'm right on that block.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. I think we might take you up
gotta
on
eat.
that.
You gotta eat. El Patron.
Okay.
Yeah, 51 Lincoln Road. El Patron, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
51 Lincoln Road.
She wants to know what type of food?
Mexican.
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 Okay.
Mexican.
We got guacamole, and I got tequila.
I like guacamole. Ooh, that's my favorite.
Just to let you know, I'm putting it out there. It'd be nice if y'all showed up, sat down, and just yacked it up instead of us trying to do this Star Trek thing.
All right.
I'm just saying.
Sounds like a plan.
Sounds like a plan.
All right, family. Until the next time, we're out. Bliss on the spot.
We out.
Tuning in.
Thank you, gang.
Thank you.
Bye, everybody.